Well, I looked down at the clock. I was like, oh, what time is it? Oh, geez, maybe I should. Maybe I should. It's interesting. Maybe I should. It's interesting. Maybe I should. Damn, now I'm getting the echo. Interesting. Damn, now I'm getting the echo. Yep. So you guys want to give me a sound check here real quick before we launch? Yep. So you guys want to give me a sound check here real quick before we launch?
Check.
Yep. So you guys want to give me a sound check here real quick before we launch?
Check.
Yep. So you guys want to give me a sound check here real quick before we launch?
Testing 1, 2, 3.
Yeah, hearing you're pretty weak. But I think that's just because you talking soft. You're pretty weak. But I think that's just because you talking soft. You're pretty weak. But I think that's just because. Cool, but at least you guys are coming across. I'm gonna see if I can get the music before we actually kick it. Well, I guess. Well, no. Let me go over here and start the music here just so I can see if it comes across.
Should be coming through fine. Kick up the outbeat a little bit. How is this? Is that steady better?
Yeah, you're good.
How is this? Is that steady better?
Yeah, you're good. Yeah, you're good.
Twitch, gotta boost those numbers.
Yep, exactly. Hey, Paul, happy Friday. Let's kick this thing off before too many more people start showing up.
It's 1% sound.
Hey, Jay's in the house. What's up, brother? Appreciate the lurk, Jay. Thanks, man. Hope you're feeling better, man. Hope you're feeling better. Lord Gazumba, our patriarch.
An interesting thought. So, if you have a party and they're a bunch of jokesters, you might as well lean into it. What group of company would be good for filling in as the knights who sleep me? I think the Celine, the forest of Celine would be a great setting for that.
Yeah. All right. And here we are. Hello, everybody. Uh-oh. Why is this not working? Timeout. What's going on? All right. So, yeah, can't have that.
Cinema has returned.
That's it. Shiza Cinema. Welcome to my world. All right. So, let me go. I guess this is why you always do 100% check, not just a little bit. I'll go here. See if that works. Now let me go here. Activate. Interesting. So if I run it through NVIDIA, it won't work. But if I run it through All right, that'll work. All right, so there's one down. And now I just have to, let's get rid of studio mode. All right, so there's my camera, there's me. So now I got to figure out why the VTT, oh wait, I have to go back to, gosh darn it, did it again. Now I got to go to the VTT and figure out why. There we go. Da-da. And we're back. All right, I got it. So not sure what was up with that. Usually I do a check of all my scenes beforehand, but this time I didn't. I just did like audio and stuff like that. But now I know. That's what I get for running late. Anyway, appreciate you guys. Where were we? Oh yeah, welcome everybody. Appreciate you taking your time to hang out with us on Friday. I am Sean, your host, and this is Agora Quest, our Heroes of Kreistrich edition, our 5e game, wherein our players are delving beneath the mountains of southern Paranland. They have discovered an ancient temple structure of some kind. They were asked by a bunch of gnomes to come check it out and clean it out for them. They tried to go in through the front door, had their asses handed to them, tucked their tails between their legs, and went running like the little girls that they are, instead of standing and fighting and dropping fireball after fireball after fireball. But be that as it may, they have found a back door into the under caves beneath this great temple. But before that, let's talk about us. We are a 5e game. You can catch us every Friday. Actually, now it's every other Friday. Now that we're kind of caught up, we've been going every Friday here for the past few weeks, trying to catch up because we skipped a few weeks. So after tonight, it will be an every other week game. So players, you'll have to check Discord just to make sure you remember what days. Or even easier, you can come to our homepage on Twitch, twitch.tv/AgoraQuest, and you can see our schedule right there, and you will know, are we supposed to be gaming this Friday or not? And you got a whole week to check it out. So there's that. So yeah. So anyway, you can also catch us every Monday. That's our first edition game. If you guys haven't come check this out there, I encourage you to do so. It really is a good group over there. They are actually in the middle of an adventure called Die Vecna Die, wherein they are chasing Use the Old. And for those that are Greyhawk fans, you know, Use is a demigod who actually lives here on the prime material in the world of Greyhawk. And he's the one that like starts wars and stuff all the time, but he is actually trying to take the power of Vecna so that he might use it to raise himself from demigodhood into serious contention of God, of a real God. And so the party is off trying to stop him and his forces. And so they're doing a little bit of planar hopping. So it's kind of fun. So I encourage you to come check us out. Again, that's Monday night. That's our first edition game. As you watch the stream, don't forget you earn tokens for every so often that you watch. Twitch will say, oh, you've earned so many tokens. You can trade those tokens in to help out the player, or DM of your choice can drop nat ones and nat 20s. Those are good just for tonight's stream or whatever stream you're watching. So I encourage you to, if you're able to, get them in early so that the player or DM has the entire session with which to use that. And those nat 1s and nat 20s can be used to replace any dice roll in the game. So, hey, Spicy, appreciate the follow, man. Welcome back. So anyway, get those in early so that the players have the opportunity. And like I said, they could use it to swap out dice rolls during the game, so that if they have a nat 20 and they roll crappy, they can use that nat 20 to override that. Or even better, if they have like a nat 1 and I happen to roll a crit, they can use that to replace on my dice roll. So it's not just their dice roll that they can use. So like I said, I encourage you to get those in so that the players have the entire game to do it. Also, if you want to help support the stream, for every 200 bits that you cheer, you can grant advantage to the player or DM of your choice. Now, those do last between streams because if you're going to spend actual real world coin helping to support the stream, then I am going to allow that to carry over forever and ever. As it stands right now, Corbin has 1 advantage, Igel has 3, and Tarikas has 5. No other players have any advantages left. I, as the DM, still have 1 remaining. So, yeah, so I used them all last time, exactly. So anyway, so I encourage you to get those in as well if you want to help out the party and also help support the stream. Of course, we always take the follow. We encourage you to at least click the follow, hit the little bell to let you get notified whenever that we're going to be online. You can also catch us on X, over on YouTube, and a couple of other places, Discord, wherever, so you can see what we're doing and what's going on. Last but not least, if you're a Greyhawk fan like we are, and for those that didn't see, Lord Kazumba, the man himself, the man who actually started the Greyhawk Creatives page, of which we are all members, was in here lurking. Looks like he's got a stream going on tonight. I encourage you to go check out whatever it is. And I'm surprised. He just had surgery, man. He just had like hip surgery. So I was like, what the hell? Hey, Greyhawk is number 1. There we go. Appreciate it. Monkey.
Tarikas gets another advantage.
Tarikas has another. Everybody loves Monkey, and Monkey's never here. I don't get it. I just don't understand, man. So, but he'll be here hopefully, unless he forgot. I don't recall him saying anything. But anyway, if you like Greyhawk like we like Greyhawk, check out the Greyhawk Creatives team page out on Twitch. Go to twitch.tv/teams/Greyhawk Creatives. Or if you just want to be lazy like me, !socials with an S, !socials right there in the chat will give you all of our links. You can just click on that link and go check it out. So I encourage you to do all that. There's a lot of great content for Greyhawk providers out there on Twitch. So I encourage you to check it out and go give some of those a like and follow. Let them know where you found their information from. Spread the love. Let them know that, you got it from Agora. We try to visit them as much as we possibly can, but obviously we can't hit them all the time. Now, back to where we were. As I said, our party has been asked by a nearby gnome community to investigate this ancient black structure. It's a huge temple-like structure. The base is like 160 feet square, and it's literally built out of a mountain. But it's just not mountain rock. It's like this shiny black basalt-like material. And then it has a second story, which is like half as big, and it's centered on that one. So it looks like just a two-story structure, each one about 40 feet tall. So it's a very large structure. And as the party went into the structure the first time, on the doors, which had been burst open, one of them was still intact. The other one was just hanging off the hinges. They saw inscriptions that reminded them of the inscriptions on the temple doors at a place called Dagavok. Dagavok was an ancient city on the edge of the lake here in Paranland, and it used to be a gathering place of the Urflan. The Urflan are like the ancient sorcerers that ruled this region thousands and thousands of years ago before it became the Paranland that it is today. And they worship ancient evil deities, in particular a deity known as Therisden. And think of Therisden as the Greyhawk's version of Cthulhu, an ancient locked deity. And as Nilo likes to remind everybody, all of the gods, both evil and good, had to rise up together to chain down the might of Therisden and place him in his own reality, what they say is like in the beyond realms worlds. And so there he sits, they say sleeping or biding his time or whatever it is. But whatever that case may be, this temple is a super huge structure compared to the one that they dealt with in Dagavok. They haven't yet met cultists of Therisden, but they have seen that a lot of creatures now inhabit this place. And so when they first tried a frontal assault, They managed to take out a lot of like Norkers and Gnolls and some other creature trolls. I think there was in there. They took out a giant or two. But as they waded their ways into the lower dungeons or the lower levels of this place, they found that their resources were extremely scarce and the opponents were not. And so they left, hightailed out, and now have come back in, searching around the back. Hearn and um, oh my god, I forgot Josh's character name. Hygel. Hearn and Hygel managed between the two of them find a hidden cave opening that had two Norker guards. They took out the Norker guards and then descended into, I guess, what we want to call the dungeons or the lower level of this place, or the lower level. It's like I said, it's like a basement dungeon, whatever. But interestingly, as they've come in to this natural cave, when they first came in, it has now become a smooth, well-worked stone of the same black basalt that they saw upstairs. And in the temple complex, the floor was very shiny and polished, and the floor that you stand upon now is much like that, shiny and polished with a purple veinish sort of in the as you look, it's like you don't see anything in the shiny black, and all of a sudden you can almost make out these purplish veins that look like they're moving, almost like liquid or smoke or some kind of a mist inside the stone. It's very eerie and very creepy, and it kind of makes your eyes kind of hurt after a little bit of watching it. But you can see that the smooth stone walls, they're not quite as shiny. The walls aren't. The floor is shiny, but the walls aren't. And every so often you could see these like 1 foot round pillars going up to support a ceiling that's about 20, 25 feet high. Now, when you guys first came in, as you recall, we just completed battle as you guys took out some kind of a golem. Right here in the center, there is this sort of diamond shaped stone, and the golem literally stepped out of the stone and attacked you guys. But as I said, you managed to defeat the golem, and that is where we left off our last game. And so looking, you can see that this tunnel goes as far as the eye can see to the south, the shiny black paved floor, well worn, well used over the ages, but it still has a good layer of dust on it. So it doesn't look like there's a lot of traffic that's been down this way recently. But that is where we are going to pick up tonight's game. For those that are here, looks like all we're missing is Monkey, it looks like.
Yep, all we're missing is the person who got the new advantage.
Yep, exactly. So that's all right. That's all right.
No shame on you, Paul.
No shame on, not at all. No, Paul doesn't know. He doesn't know. Paul's not here with us. So, but yeah, so, yep. So, well, oh, wait, Paul's in chat. Oh yeah, he's in chat. I knew that. It's like, but it's like he's not like in here with us.
So we did take a short rest right after that happened because we went through a bit of resources.
I don't recall you guys taking I don't recall you taking a short rest because you guys are like in the middle of a.
We did. Remember, I accidentally used all my hit dice, not knowing I couldn't.
Oh yeah, that's right. You're right. You're correct. You did.
Because we had the fight with the guys up here,
Thanks, Paul.
Measles, and then the fight down here.
That is correct.
And
okay.
After that, we went through a lot of stuff. Was the eyes made out of gemstones?
They were black onyx, so they're polished like gems, but you see that they're more like shiny bits of coal.
The coal.
Thanks, Paul. Nilo, you now have an advantage.
Oh, sweet. Thanks, bro. You're awesome.
I forget, did Monkey do the art for the characters?
He did.
Yes.
Remind me to ask him if he can give me a headshot of like a Giga Chad meme, but with Ragnar. So whenever you guys say you run out of resources, I can post it.
Oh, this is all done through a portrait maker.
Yeah. He's got it's an app that he uses. It's really good. I just haven't bought it. incoming ads, by the way. You got about a minute before the ad starts, so I apologize. So that, like I said, let us now bring ourselves
Proceed
back
onward.
into, as you guys,
Get away!
I guess this means we keep moving forward.
I need to set the time back a little bit. Give me just a second.
Roll back the clock.
Yeah, there we go. Okay. All right. As you guys continue to move, you walk by, you can see these little niches here. As you're walking by, you can see that it looks to have had pedestals with something on them at one time, but now it's all just like broken rock and whatnot that is still there. Continuing down, eventually you come to a central. It's very like a wide open space. Sorry, I'm trying to like do monkey and you guys at the same.
You
I think.
Want to give me permission to move his token?
Yeah,
I
think
can
I'll
move
do
it
that.
with the rest of us.
Yeah, thanks. Let me do that. It's like I'm trying to do two things at once. All right, I have ownership of monkey as well. Anyway, as you guys come down, I think I screwed the wall. No, I didn't. Okay. As you guys come down to this this central area, the passageway divides to past east and west around a huge ovid pillar spanning from floor to ceiling. All right. Did the music change on me again somehow? No, it didn't. It just got really loud. Anyway, the passage divides to past east and west of huge ovid pillars spanning from floor to ceiling. This column is more than 10 foot thick and slightly longer north-south of 20 foot. In the exact center of its east and west walls on the face is a recess. In each of these alcoves is a black statue of a shrouded man-like figure. Water seeps down the face of the figure, running drop by drop as if they were tears, coursing along his chest to a trough made by the arms and then into a bowl where the hands are cupped. The water has left a slight deposit of reddish mineral over the years, and the basin itself is filled, and a steady drip from it, as it's now overflowing, falls to the statue's feet, seeping away to who knows where through the floor. At the feet of the figure is another small statue, a spherical shape with many ray-like projections from it. The statue has a hollow place atop, which resembles a small bowl or dish, and there are green and black objects in the dish. So you can see on this side, and it's the exact same on the other side. They look to be identical. It's just a huge statue. His hands are cupped in the form of like a bowl. Water's running from the ceiling down, and it runs down his face like tears, down his arms, into the bowl. And over time, it has since overflowed and causing dripping onto the floor. And as I said, in this bowl where the water is, you can see green and black object.
Right. So I'm gonna hold my shield out for me like I did with the statue last time.
Okay.
Ready to defend myself. I am going to start to walk by it.
Okay.
Well, with a description like that, I'm sure it's completely inconsequential.
Well, I know the top one hasn't moved in.
Oh,
decades.
snap. Lord Kazumba's in the house. Hang on. Got to show love to the master. He has show. Thanks, Jay. Appreciate that, man. I didn't know you were even streaming tonight. So everybody has to give him a huge welcome back because Lord Kazumba apparently went and had, he's got a bionic arm or eye or something like that now. They're going to make a TV show about him or something. I don't remember. I just know that now he can stand next to a 10-foot fence and leap over the top of it. So welcome back, sir. Hope you're doing well. Hope you're recovering well. So we definitely appreciate the raid. Our party, if you guys did not already see, is currently beneath the Temple of Therisden, as a nearby gnome community has asked them to investigate. And after severely getting beaten on a frontal assault, they licked their wounds, rested up, and now are sneaking in the under. So,
This is when
welcome.
a necromancer would be a great character to play.
So I'd like to welcome everybody that's coming in from Lord Kazumba's. Don't forget, man, hit that like, hit the follow. We are here every Monday, every other Friday. Monday is our first edition game. Friday, this is our 5e game. Everything's set in Greyhawk, because where else would you want a game? But yeah, definitely welcome. Don't forget, as you watch the stream, you get to earn tokens. Trade those tokens in for nat 1s or nat 20s, man. Appreciate it, Jay, man. Rest up, dude. Get better. Hope you're feeling good. Definitely is an honor to have you to raid into the channel, man. That's awesome.
All
right, Haz.
And yes, no better place to game than Greyhawk.
That is correct. So, Nilo slowly walks past this statue. All you hear is the dripping sound of the water as it comes out of the bowl and hits the floor.
All right, it didn't react to me
Hygel's too
walking
short.
by.
Hygel, no, it does not. Hygel, you're too short to see into the bowl, but you can see that it is a bowl overflowing as you see the water sort of rippling on the lip of the bowl. And, you know, every so often a little drip comes out, runs down the bowl, drops to the feet of this this statue. And as I said, at the bottom of the statue on the floor, set into the floor is a smaller statue of like a starburst kind of a sun-like symbol.
It
But
looks
anyway,
like it's safe to pass by.
Can I
yeah,
ritual cast detect magic to see if there's anything
sure,
coming from it?
absolutely.
Anybody here smart on religions? Just in
Yeah,
case.
he's not here right now.
And I don't know about that, Nilo. I've talked to Tariq a few times, and I was not surprised he didn't know what he was talking about.
Yeah,
He clearly
exactly.
doesn't understand the stone.
Yeah, exactly. So, go ahead and, as you cast, you guys spend about 10 minutes or so, waiting on, Hygel to cast his
Oh, he
detect
did
ritual cast detect magic.
Oh, I thought wasn't detect magic a cantrip?
No.
No,
Detect-
but I can ritual cast it for free.
Yeah, it's 10-minute
Okay.
cast time though, right?
Okay, I was
Yeah,
I
10 minutes.
knew identify was a ritual cast. I forgot detect
Yeah,
magic
no,
was.
yeah, and pretty much
Okay.
any spell can be ritual cast.
Yeah.
Just about any
Uh,
spell can be. Not everyone, but just about everyone that I've seen, at least the important ones can be ritual cast. But let's not get into that. As you cast it, you detect a faint aura of magic coming from this entire shrine. Nothing specific, but the shrine itself has a very faint aura of evocation of what's more of an enchantment, sort of an enchantment magic, but it's not centered on any specific piece of the statue or
I
shrine.
know I'm not the smartest person on religions, but I'm not an idiot either. So I'm gonna take a look and see if there's anything that sparks anything from the back of my mind.
Okay, give me a history check, please. No, religion check. I mean, sorry, not history, religion.
Got it.
Nilo did research on this individual in the past with
Yep.
with previous growing stuff in the library and her previous and then
Yeah.
Dagobah. Would she be able to roll religion at an advantage potentially because of what she
Sure.
already knows?
Sure, I'll give that. Corvin, you recognize, while you don't know exactly who this is, the shrine itself looks to be more of a like a priest or a cleric type as opposed to the deity itself. But the little symbol at the base kind of reminds you of the symbology that you guys saw when you on the door that entered this place. And Nilo, very similar. You realize that this is a shrine dedicated to Therisden. The symbol at the feet is sort of a conglomeration of the two symbols on the door that you guys saw. and you can see in the bowl the pieces of the green and black is actually looks to be tarnished metal.
Tarnished metal.
Yep.
Is
So
this the same? Is this the same effect by like putting brass or brass into a bowl of water and watching
yeah,
it slowly
exactly.
start?
That's exactly what it's like.
Gotcha. Okay. Hydro, did you detect any magic on this?
There seems to be some enchantment or something surrounding this area, but I can't pinpoint an exact item or object that it's coming from.
Just an enchantment, Dora?
Yes.
Okay. Well, enchantments often involve mind control and illusions, neither of which I really want to deal with. At least we know it ain't gonna just blast us or swing at us.
You sure you hope anyway.
No, that would have been. We would have detected that.
Okay.
It detected a alteration,
Whatever. You
or evocation for that.
just remember the DM is always right. All right, what's next?
That's why the schools were. That's why the schools are important here.
Exactly. Where are we going? What are we doing? And even though you don't see it, you can. I'm gonna move Tarikas just so you can see on both sides. You see that it's the same on. It's the same on both sides. Just so you guys are aware.
Gotcha. So, if it's just a subtle enchantment, like that, it sounds like it might be something of a maybe. No, it's not. No, that's divination. That would be
Corbin, as
detection.
you come across the other side, Corbin, you can see it's literally a duplicate of the shrine on the other side, replete with the bowl with the corroded metal inside and the little symbol at the foot of this statue.
I feel we should just keep moving at this point. We know it's not going to swing on us or anything.
Okay.
At least we have some insights now.
Okay.
What did my 21 give me again, Sean? Anything
So
different from what you told?
Nothing really, other than this is almost like a shrine or a way station dedicated to he who shall not be named.
Oh,
what?
Hold on. I'm going to drop a gold into the bowl.
Okay. Take your gold coin off and drop it in the coin.
Yep. I'm going to drop a gold coin into the bowl.
All right, you drop it in. And
I don't expect anything to happen, but
it sinks. It sinks to the bottom with a slight clink, disappearing in the murkiness. Nothing seems to happen.
That's fine. That's good.
Okay. All right. As you continue to move south, as you guys are moving, you realize that you're on some sort of a formal procession way, if you will. As you move south, the smooth paved floor and the fact that this is like a 20-foot wide hallway and it's all meticulously kept, and the purplish black pillars about a foot around each supporting a archway that's about 30 or so feet over your head. Up ahead, you can see that the hallway widens into a squarish type chamber dominated by a massive purplish pillar directly in the center of the room. So you're standing in this large chamber of ebon-hued rock. It's empty with the exception of a great square column of the darkest purple in the center area. This appears to be some sort of a formal procession way. There are 20-foot wide passageways leading east and west, and the other one, of course, is north from which you just came. the northern one is the only one that seems to have all of those pillars supporting it going down the hallway. There are 2 doors off of this place, one to either side of the north passageway leading out of this chamber. What catches your attention, however, as I said, oopsie, what the hell was that? All of a sudden, everything I was reading just started flashing on my screen. I'm sorry. Like, what the hell was that? Anyway, what catches your attention, however, is what dominates the center of this chamber is this large 10-foot square purple column. It bears some sort of a statue in a niche of the deepest black. It doesn't reflect the statue on here. I just sort of put these colors around the edge so you could see this is statue. But the pillar itself is like this deep hue. The south tunnel, as you get to where you're at, Corvin, the south tunnel you can see has a flight of stairs leading up. And like I said, there's actually a couple of doors leading off here. There's actually one here, and there's one over here. And then, of course, if you look down the hallways, Corbin, from where you're at, you can see there's a couple doors down that hallway as well. So you can see there's like a door here, a door here. And then when you come around Nilo, you can see there's one here and one here. But when you're in this passage or in this room, the ones that catch your attention first are the 2 doors, like I said, one by Corvin and one right over there by Praviskro. Not Praviskro, but
I had
Tarikas.
Tarikas' token selected, and I noticed a new pop-up called Amber the Vow on here. I'm like, wait, did I just get a buff for putting the coin into the jar? And I realized it was
Yeah, you're looking at the wrong one. Yeah, exactly.
That's
Exactly.
threw me through a freaking loop.
Yep.
I'm gonna roll. Can I roll for these statues here, see if I recognize these individuals as well?
There's only one.
Okay.
There's only one big statue, and it's a very, bland, not very detailed statue that's embedded.
More generic than anything
yeah,
else.
it's embedded inside this massive purple column, and it's sort of set back in a little niche, right? So, but yeah, you can absolutely roll whatever you want, man. It's your game.
While he's checking that out, I'm gonna give
Roll
these
at your own
2
peril.
doors.
All right.
I'm gonna give these doors a good listen. Push my ear up against it.
Okay. As you, that was Nilo. Yeah, Nilo. It's too faded to like generic to really make anything out. But the fact that it's purple is in line with the purple and black motif that you've seen of this place. Actually, I'm going to do this just because I want you guys to go ahead and see. I'll just take the walls off of this. So I'll just do this. So you can kind of see that's what it actually looks like. You just can't walk through it. So go ahead and give me a perception check, please, Corvin.
Ooh, time to put in the pizza.
Don't be a jerk.
You
So
had some too. Deal with it.
listening very carefully, Corvin, you don't hear anything. It's quiet, although your senses do hear noises coming from the south, from the tops of the stairs. So your ears,
Spidey senses are tingling.
your spidey sense. But again, this door that you listen at, you don't hear anything on the other side.
I'll whisper to the others, "Hey, let's check out these doors one at a time."
Which one do we want to take?
Oh, Corvin's already at one of the doors, so I assume we'll start there.
Well, what if I don't
That
like
makes
right sides?
Okay.
Then you die.
That makes sense.
Okay.
All
That
right.
makes sense.
Yeah.
We have to do this the army way, so we have to do the one that's.
I never go right. Okay, it's always left. Right is danger. Left is safe.
Oh no, it's Praviskro 2.0.
I know, right? If you always take the left way, you'll always come back to where you were supposed to be. All right. So you are
Corvin.
standing at this door. You heard nothing from the other side of it.
I will ease the door open.
Okay.
I
You
am
can-
ready
if you-
to
You
intercept
can
anything that
click
comes
on the
in.
door. You can click on the door and open it. You open the door to reveal. Well, first of all, the hinges and the metal of this door show signs of air, like somebody's been maintaining them. Inside, though, you can see a jumbled mess of kegs, bags, boxes, etc. All of them show signs of something gnawing on the outside of it. And you can actually hear inside a couple of the crates moving around in the squeaking squeals of what sounds like rats.
Yeah.
Doesn't look like anything valuable. At first glance, it really doesn't look like there's anything valuable in here. But you can see in the dirt and dust on the floor, there are small footprints. They're like humanoid, human-like footprints, maybe like markers or small creatures of such.
So it sounds like a whole bunch of not of my business. All right.
Did they disappear into the walls? Do the foot tracks look like they're going to the walls somewhere? Secret
No.
passages?
No, it doesn't look like it. I mean, you're welcome to go investigate if you want, but. And don't forget, for investigating for hidden and secret things, there's about a 10-minute exercise of searching. So, all right. So you're at the other door now, Corvin.
I will give this one a good listen as well.
All right. Go ahead and give me another perception check, please. You can do it. Nicely done. Another good roll. As you press your ear to the door, once again, you hear nothing save maybe the faint sounds of squeaking rats. But other than that, nothing.
Okay. Of course, once we do get into combat, I'll start rolling the ones and twos.
Yes, that's what I'm hoping. You get all the good rolls out now. So when we get into combat. All right.
Are we ready?
I guess
I'm
so.
here with you.
I'm right beside you.
Sorry, I have.
I'm ready to
bunch of
throw a
food in my
fireball into
hand,
that
and
room.
I am standing right beside them.
All right.
I just have food in my hand.
I got you. This place appears to be filled with broken furniture and pieces of wood, limbs, logs, branches, sticks, all in a heap. The whole room is filled with this mess. Looks like it's probably like maybe a firewood storage or something.
I was just gonna say, if we need to start a fire, this is where we can fuel it. All right.
Hi, that's it. Okay. Where to?
Make sure he's not going to die.
All right. As you move down the hall again, the doors here you can see appear to be well kept, right? Very similar to the other doors you've just looked at. These doors appear to be well kept, oiled hinges, the wood kept and maintained, et cetera, et cetera. So it's obvious that somebody has been down here, if not recently, at least periodically.
Yeah. All right. Well, let's give the door another listen. Better than just blundering in.
We stand with you.
Yes. Good. Once again, as you search or you listen at the door, yeah, you hear nothing.
Ease the door open.
Okay. You open the door into a 20-foot square room. This 20-foot square chamber has evidently not been used for years. You can see that there is dust covering the floor. However, you can actually see what appears to be like somebody dragged something across the floor, heading north and south, and the scraping ends right at the north wall. Probably, about 6 inches to a foot from the northern wall, the track ends. like somebody was dragging something that direction. Or maybe they were dragging it from north to south, but from the first appearance, it looks like it's coming from the...
In the actual room itself, or out kind of where me and Ragnar are?
No, in the room itself. So
Okay.
you can see that yeah, exactly. It sort of starts like right in here and it ends right up here. Like somebody dragged something until about a foot from the north wall and then the tracks end.
There
Think
used to be
remove me,
something
Sean.
here, but
Yep.
it's gone. All right.
Okay.
So I can actually see it from here. I just can't grab it.
Correct.
All right. Since I seem to love repetition, I will give the door another listen.
Okay.
Yeah, I love those rangers for repetition.
Yep. Nicely done. Get some good rolls in here, man. I'm kind of impressed. So listening, you don't hear anything, but you can see that the greased hinges of this great door and the heavy bar across it indicate that there was recent usage. Upon opening it, you discovered a large-ish storage chamber filled with many barrels, crates, boxes, bales, and quite a number of crude weapons, as well as some that look to be well made. There's evidence of vermin here, like rats and whatnot, gnawing, feces droppings, etc. Definitely appears to be rats.
I hate rats. It's always rats.
Yeah.
Should have made my
Oh.
character have a
Everything all good in there?
backstory of being scared of rats.
Are you going to continue moving down the hall?
Yeah.
I don't want to be messing with a bunch of rats down here. Thank you.
Okay.
Anybody else? You want to go digging through boxes full of rats?
I'm still kind of intrigued about the room with the dragging and just stops randomly.
If there was anything in here, the current tenants would have taken it. It seems that they've thoroughly gone through these rooms.
There's apparently stuff they want to store, but they don't care enough to keep the rats out.
Oh,
Yeah,
well, these are all
remember,
weapons,
too.
right?
Well, there are weapons in there, like some crude clubs, some makeshift morning stars, stuff like that, right? So yes, there are weapons, as I said, crude weapons of that
I'll
fashion.
restock my arrows. I'm gonna grab, if there's any arrows in here, I'm gonna grab until I'm at 20.
All right, let's go take a look around then.
Let me...
If he's looking through arrows, we might as well at least take a cursory look at what's here.
Yes. So as I said, there are essentially some crude items like clubs and whatnot. However, as you spend a good 10 minutes or so searching through, you do find that there are several composite short bows, of several scores of arrows, some light crossbows, and probably maybe 100 bolts or so.
Okay,
in the
question
mix.
for you. Is there a difference between a short bow and a composite short bow?
So essentially, I don't think there's that much
Mechanically,
difference.
No.
Yeah, mechanically in the game, no. It's just a... I'll have to
This
double
is,
check and see.
that's
I
a-
don't think... I know that there used to be a difference in like the old ones, but I don't necessarily know.
Pathfinder based off of third. Composites were they use your strength score for damage.
Right.
Okay.
That's the only
So-
thing I can think of. I don't think 5e has anything like that.
Yeah, but in
any of
this
their
case,
stuff.
in this case, then, Nilo, you are able to replenish your stock of arrows up to 20. Make sure you do so if you didn't already.
Yep, I'm
Eh.
gonna say Tarikas restocks his bolts because I know he used a couple bolts earlier too. So
Let me
Yeah,
see.
I'll restock my arrows as well. I know I used a
Right.
few earlier, but I don't know if I got marked down or not.
it would just be smart to do that here.
Yep. I don't know that.
I don't know if he kept track, but I do know he shot his crossbow.
Yeah, the thing is yeah, he does. So it shows here that he's got 20 still. So, yeah, we just need. I don't know. The game system should automatically deduct when you do when you fire a
It doesn't for
crossbow.
me. That never did for me. I always did it manually.
Yeah. Let me, because I know, well, in the other game system I've got, whenever you do a weapon, let me see if I can do here if it shows
Oh,
details.
shoot his crossbow. See what happens.
Well, I'm going to hang on a second. One time basic, ammunition type bolt. But yeah, it doesn't show. Yeah, it doesn't show like I said in mine. It actually deducts. So let me fire his. I will. I want to fire just once. Normal.
I'm at 60. You can shoot at me.
No, I didn't have to target you. It's just it didn't target
sweet.
him. And
Well,
let's
I
look.
wasn't sure if that mattered.
And it did not take it out. So you'll have to do it by hand. I'll have to figure out, maybe we can attach a macro to the weapons or something like that that automatically deducts. But I don't want to get caught up in game mechanics. We'll just work it. But suffice to say, you guys have restocked your arrows back up to 20 or whatever it was that you had originally, 12, I think. So 20 out.
20 and 20.
Yep. All right. Moving down the hall then, I take it. As you move down the hall, you can see that there is a splitting of the passage. There's a door on the left while the passage itself turns right, heading back north. Again, the floors here are still shiny. They still are very well made. It's just that these halls don't have the purplish black pillars supporting the ceiling. The ceilings here are still about 20 feet tall. They just don't have the high arches supported by pillars and whatnot, like the main processional running back to the north has.
I'm going to take a peek around the corner.
Okay. As you peek around the corner, you see it turns and heads back to the east again.
Huzzah, it's another corner.
Huzzah.
All right. Give this
Okay.
door a good listen.
All right. Get investigation once again.
Investigation or perception?
Perception, sorry. Hey, yo, Learn, what's up, man? Somebody give a shout out to Learn Music for me, please. Appreciate you guys hanging out with us tonight. Listening at the door once again, you hear nothing. All is quiet.
It's eerily quiet in this.
It is
halls.
eerily quiet in these halls.
It's too quiet.
Nah, I don't know about that, but it is quiet.
All
right. You open up the door. This area was obviously once used for fell ends. For rusted and rotting instruments of torture litter the floor and stand in crumbling heaps along the walls. The Iron Maiden is red with oxide and eaten through, the rack a mere pile of rotted wood and rusted metal. The place has obviously not been used for many, many years. In a west passageway off of the torture, you note that there are 4 doors along its 30-foot length, 2 on the south wall, 1 at the end, and 1 on the north wall.
So solid doors, not like bars. Okay.
Yeah, correct. Hang on just a second. I need to look at something here real quick. Sorry. I just want to make sure that I got what I am. Mm-hmm. All right, cool. Yep. I'm good. So you can continue on. Sorry. I just wanted to make sure that I was caught up on the map and stuff. I don't know if Nilo and
I'm behind him. I stay behind him. Sorry, I was putting dinner in the oven. And I'm done.
All right. I'll move Ragnar down because he's blind. I don't want to leave him by himself.
Okay.
Listen, I'm lost.
I am back now.
Yep.
What's that, sir?
I'll give the door to-
Listen, I'm lost. I
You're-
can't see.
Yeah. Are you legitimately saying that you can't see anything, or you can?
No,
Okay.
no, I just
Okay.
didn't move fast
All right.
enough. I
So
started moving.
give me a
Move
DC 12 Constitution's. Should this be a? Yeah. Give me a DC 12 Constitution saving throw, please, Corbin. All right. As you put your ear to the door, suddenly you feel as if something is wriggling, and as you jerk your ear away, you manage to reach in just in time as this little worm thing that was stuck in the wood, and then you look back to the wood and you could see that where you were putting your ear, it's sort of rotted a little bit, and you could see almost like these maggot-like worms writhing in the door, and you managed to grab one just as it was burrowing its way into your ear, and you throw it on the floor, stomp it, and now you can see
Very
them.
disgusting. Well, I guess I'll use my gloved hand
Okay.
to ease the door open.
All right. Opening the door, you can see that this is some sort of a jail cell, obviously. Let's see, I think they get actually a description of each one here. I'll make sure. In there, you can see the cell itself is about 8 foot square with rusted chains on the walls. But other than that, the cell is empty.
Oh, it's a space to hang out.
Yeah, just if, a quiet, reflective moment. Where to?
Continue on down.
Okay.
Go to this other south door. I'm going to take a look at this door before I go.
All right, go ahead and give me an investigation check, please.
My luck, they're all infested.
As you search the door, doesn't appear to be anything on the door.
Yeah. All right, let's give it a listen.
Okay. Give me a DC 12 Constitution saving throw, please.
Of course.
Nice. Once again, as you put your ear, you hear a squishing sound as coming through the crack of the door, someplace where you didn't see it, just happened to be where you put your ear. Once again, this little maggot-like creature starts to, literally, you feel it like land in your ear and begin to slither into your inner ear, but your long fingers manage to dig it out before it can get too far. And once again, you pull this maggot thing out. And looking at the door, you can see that there are a couple other of these little maggot things sort of sliding across the door, and then they disappear back into the cracks of the door itself.
Burn its place to the ground.
Yeah.
Do we recognize what those creatures are at all?
Give me a medicine check with advantage, please. Well, actually, medicine check for you guys with advantage for a cleric.
I'm not too bad at medicine, so let's see what happens here.
Uh, 21. Nice. So you actually recognize these creatures. They're called ear seekers. And essentially what they do is they burrow into your inner ear and they lay their eggs. And, oops, sorry, let me give you, yeah. So again, these things sort of burrow into you. And after a few days, you actually can become deaf and you begin to suffer from exhaustion. Each day you have to renew your saving throw, and if you fail, eventually the exhaustion can reach the point where you're permanently deaf. So it's kind of like a disease.
Lovely.
Sounds like John Carpenter's The Thing.
Yeah, exactly. So
Do we know a cure for it to help, like, since we know what's
yeah,
going on?
any healing, like restoration spells, essentially, because restoration spells restore your exhaustion and stuff like that, right? So things like that are able to fix the problem, so to speak. Looking in the cell again, it's another one of these dungeon cells. The only difference between this one and the last one is that there is a human skeleton hanging in the chains. at the back of the chamber.
Alright. Well, I'm tired of playing Russian roulette, so let's just ease this door open.
Okay.
Kind of a little quiet there. I didn't really hear what you said.
He said he's not going to put his ear against the door anymore. He's just going to open it.
That's the checks. You've been passing them.
Yep. Give me a DC 12 Constitution saving throw, please, as you push the door open. As you push you're like, I'm not putting my ear there anymore. So you sort of gently push the door open, and suddenly you feel a sting in your finger as you rip your glove away, and you realize it burrowed right through the leather on the tip of your finger and has buried itself into your finger. And just as you pull the glove off, you watch as this little tiny worm thing disappears beneath your skin, leaving a little red trail of blood seeping out as it is now burrowed into your finger, disappearing into your
doesn't seem good.
bloodstream.
I'm gonna curse in Elvish.
All right. Other than that, as you open the door and you look inside, as you open the door, you hear a squeal and a screech, and you can see two rats scurrying through rat holes in the wall, disappearing from view. But other than that, it doesn't look like there's anything in this room for them even to gnaw on, so perhaps they were just searching for food and you happened to catch them by surprise.
All right. Well, I'll look to our homeless cleric. You happen to have a healing kit on you?
Maybe.
Maybe.
Let's see. Yep. So essentially, here's how it works. Characters infected make a DC 12 con save or be infected with the parasite. After 1 to 4 days, the character becomes deaf and suffers 1 level of exhaustion. Each day, the character makes a DC 12 con save, and on a failure, exhaustion goes up by 1 level. On a success, it goes down 1 level. If the exhaustion level reaches level 4, the character will be permanently deaf. The disease ends when exhaustion level reaches 0 or the character receives the proper healing with the restoration spell. So right now you don't have any exhaustion. So if you fail in 1 to 4 days is the onset of the disease. After that, you have to make your save every day. And if you get to 0, then your body's beat the infection. And I want to say this is much better than first edition rule. In the first edition rule, these things burrow into your brain and you die. There is no save. Unless you can get healing within a day, you die. It goes right to your brain and that's it.
What I hate about first edition, the rot grubs.
Yes, that's exactly what this is, but they call them ear seekers here, but same thing. But anyway, let's see. Does he? I don't think he has like a
No,
lesser.
he does not have restoration right now.
Yeah,
I'm looking at it.
Yep.
Let me open this door anyways.
Does he have a
He does.
cure
He has
if-
it. He has lesser restoration at 2nd level.
second level?
Yeah,
Did I
2nd
just
level
miss it?
spell.
Oh, there it is. Lesser restoration.
Yep.
No.
And by the way, if you guys didn't know, I'm going to open up Tarikas's character sheet so people on the stream can see. If you go to your stuff at the top, there's a search, and you just have to start typing. Uh-oh. What did I miss? What was that? What'd I do?
I did not use it.
Oh, no, that was, could you redeem a natural one for him and that disease is a parasite? Oh, I got you. So Excel. Hey, anyway, I'm like completely lost here. Trying to catch up in chat here. Sorry, guys. Hey, Excel. How you doing, man? Appreciate you. But anyway,
Is this
yeah.
count as poisoned?
It is a disease, but this is...
lesser restoration wouldn't work on it then.
Well, it's... If you want me to read the actual description, it says...
Go ahead.
If it literally says, On a success, decrease the level of exhaustion. If the level of exhaustion reaches level 4, the character will be permanently deaf. The disease ends when an exhaustion level reaches 0 or the character receives lesser restoration.
Oh, okay.
So they call it a disease, but it's really not. It's like a little infection of. Essentially, it's giving you. It's like you receiving exhaustion, right? When you get to level 4 exhaustion, you are permanently deaf, right? So since it's exhaustion, you cast lesser restoration, and oof, you are healed of all exhaustion. Therefore, you are healed from this parasite.
So as is right now, this isn't we don't need to worry about this until the next day entirely at the bare minimum. So
at a minute, yeah. So we got like at least between 1 to 4 days and you can find out. So yes, you don't necessarily have to cast it right now. Did you? I'll make sure that it didn't take off that.
It did not. It did not cast the spell because I clicked the check mark so it wouldn't cast the spell.
Okay, cool. All right, sweet. All right,
This is
so
just more motivation for me to get out of the prime material plane and back to the Feywild.
exactly. So you open up the last door, and you can see that this opens into, even though it doesn't really. Oops, let me get rid of this so people can see. Even though it doesn't necessarily look that much bigger, it is a little bit bigger than the other cells. It's some sort of a pen of some sort. You can see there's quite a few bones scattered around the dirty floor. And not just the same. It's not just the same. Yeah, it's not just the same bones, right? It's like human and animal and other such types of bones.
Lovely.
Mm-hmm. Other than that, there does not appear to be anything in the room.
I'm going to take the tip of my sword.
Okay.
I'm going to poke through the pile of bones and see if there's anything in there.
Roll for initiative. Just kidding. No. No. As you move the bones around, you hear the clinking sounds of these bones, but you do notice that they do have bite marks all over them. It looks like something has been gnawing on these bones. And a quick glance around, you notice a couple of rat holes leading into the deteriorated walls.
Always rats.
At least they're not giant rats.
True.
Although I'm sure Hygel would like giant rats because he could ride them like a pony.
I miss my druid.
Okay. All right.
Rats of a large size.
Yes. So as you guys work your way back, you see Ragnar smoking his pipe, standing at the door, waiting for you guys. Does not appear to be anything left to check out in this area of the dungeons. Where to? Going to continue north? All right.
Might as well be systematic.
Yep, exactly. You see that the hall begins to twist, and turn back upon itself as it snakes its way deeper and deeper into the mountain.
Yeah, I will again peek around the corner.
Okay, you can see that the hallway continues as far as you can see before bending around back to the left. So just continue your way as you guys move.
Okay, another peek.
Okay. The hallway again is just continuing to snake itself in and around.
So, another corner.
Yep.
I feel like we're in the dungeon of the madman.
No!
That was me. Sorry about
He
that.
sent me into the.
Goodbye, Ragnar.
That's it. Oh, a teleportation device. Yes. As you come around the last corner, you can see that this hallway ends in a large room, but there's another branch hallway leading off down the hall.
All right. Okay, take a peek.
A hallway to the north appears to branch off in a couple places. It also ends in a large room at the far north. As you step into this room at the end, this room looks to be some sort of a burial place or a crypt of some kind. You can see many square openings in the wall. Each niche is some 2.5 inches square. They honeycomb the surface from floor to level with the ceiling of the place that's nearly 20 feet tall. Most of them are sealed with ebon-hued bricks, but there are some that appear to be open, and some appear to be open with splintered bones inside. The bits of wrapping cloth scattered and strewn about. Whether this was a work of grave robbers or ghouls can't be told from the evidence, but otherwise it doesn't look like there's anything else in the room. So essentially, you're looking at a little mini mausoleum with hundreds of these square plaques or these obsidian bricks set evenly spaced up in row by row by row from floor to ceiling all around. Most of them are covered. Some of them appear to be open, and others appear to look like they used to have bricks, but have since been busted open, and whatever bony, dust-like contents were in there have been extracted, and there's a lot of that stuff spilled out onto the floor in here. But otherwise, it appears as you move up, you can see that there is a branch tunnel here. There's a branch tunnel here, and the hallway itself ends in a open room of some kind.
Let's take a look down here.
Give me just a second. I want to make sure that where I'm at on here on my map. All right. As you begin to move closer, and I know I stopped the map so you can't move, so I'll put it. As you begin to move down the hall, the faint charnel reek, which still lingers here, provides that this place was used to bury the remains of people, probably servants of the temple. So as you begin to move your way forward down the hall, you can see that this look like maybe some kind of a repertory room of some kind. You can see several tables, old stone tables kind of in here. But anyway, the faint reek which still lingers here provides that this place was once used to bury the remains of people. Again, probably the servants of the temple. Sealed niches along the four walls of this oddly shaped parallelogram show where the interments were made. No space is void of ceiling wall of black brick. Actually, I take it back. This was the wrong room I was looking at, but these aren't tables, but rather, and this is for you, Jacob. You should appreciate this. 6 great sarcophagi are lined up in the center of the chamber, 3 per row. They are all made of black stone. Some glitter with gold, others platinum. Jewels wink and glisten from the sculpted visages atop them. Gem eyes of red, orange, yellow, green, blue, violet. You can also see at least a dozen rather shapeless statues lining the walls of the place. Human-sized, man-like forms of black stone, but without clearly defined limbs and with featureless heads. Think of like humanoid-shaped blobs or shadows, actually. A statue twice as large stands at the head of each of the great burial vaults.
Wow. So, first question. Do any of these have a motif that represent a very prominent and extravagant feathered headdress?
No.
No. Okay, good. I don't have to worry about him coming up and whacking the shit out of me.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh. Okay. Well, this is the dead, and the dead should be left to rest. There's nothing of value in this room.
Okay. Fortunately,
in character, right?
yep. Fortunately, we don't have our paladin with us from back in the day. Inside joke, we used to have a paladin in our face-to-face group that if it was a sarcophagus, it was getting opened. He didn't care what was inside. They got attacked by mummies. They had like
Man clearly
vampire
failed.
vampires, you name it, man. It didn't matter. They're like, stop. It was a poison gas one time. They're like, stop opening the sarcophagi. He's like, I can't. It's my character. I got to know what's inside.
Didn't
So,
he get
yeah.
the mummy's curse on
He
the
did.
last one?
Well, yeah, but he's I mean, he's a paladin, so
He's
he was
immune.
unaffected from disease. Yeah. So, but
Was it
yeah,
disease or a curse?
I don't remember, but yeah, it was funny. It was hilarious. But anyway,
Man,
so
it-
yeah,
it's
as you
just
guys,
so him.
yeah, as you guys look in, like I said, you can see there's 6 sarcophagi lining the walls. There's little statues lining the walls everywhere, like 6 of them. But other than that, nothing. So you turn and head back to the main hallway, which runs to the north. To the north, you can see there's a branch hallway heading east. Your north deposits itself in a chamber at the end of the hall. As you step inside the room, Corvin, as your friends are leaving and you go back for one last look, you step actually inside the room. Suddenly, from one of the statues, you can see what looks to be the head of like a bulldog, maybe. The small face resembling a bulldog floats out from a statue. Like there's a statue right over here. It floats out of that statue, and it sort of looks at you, and it's got like those sad looking puppy dog eyes, but the eyes themselves are sort of like a glowing red.
Oh, lovely. Guys,
What?
Open one.
no.
Did
no,
you
no.
touch it?
I didn't touch anything.
We told you not to, and you did it anyway.
Didn't touch a thing.
You can see it's just literally just kind of floating, and then it slowly floats until it's sort of sitting like right here in the center, just sort of eyeballing everybody standing just outside the door.
Is there like a bone on the ground?
No, the floor itself is relatively smooth. There's like dust and dirt, but no real sizable stones, not even a pebble.
Maybe if we just leave it alone, it'll leave us alone. Maybe it's just a guardian.
I feel like
Yeah.
it's drawing me near and close to it.
Please don't.
As soon as you step in, suddenly this small little dog's head swells into a massively large creature. Everybody roll for initiative.
I can't help it. I just felt like it drew me near, and I just needed to go look.
Listen, if you see a pit with spikes on the bottom, do you jump into it because it looks appealing?
Sometimes me and my clan used to do it for fun.
I can see why you're the only one here.
Ah, crud. All right. Oops, I gotta roll mine now.
It's a guardian. I'll go closer.
Corbin, as you are up, as I don't know if I can, if this will give me oh, here we go. I'm going to do this. This is what it looks like, by the way, for those that are watching on the stream.
I think I've seen these things before.
That's not a pit bull. It's a neck
That's-
flop.
Yeah. It's a critter, of course.
I don't know what
Yes.
you're talking about. I'm certain I've seen that in Florida before.
I'm gonna make it my
Oh my
pet.
god.
All right, Corbin, you're up.
All right. In a rare move from the ranger, I'm going to oh, what is that?
You forgot your key ability.
Yes, I did. I'm having a brain fart. I'm going to cast Hunter's Mark with my bonus action, and
Okay.
then follow it up with an arrow.
Okay.
So let me target this thing. Target that.
By the way, for those that have been followers of the stream, you know that we were having some issues at one time with a lot of the effects, but I got some of our spell effects back. So your spell effects should look pretty cool. I think the arrows and stuff might be back too, but I'm not for sure. But anyway, let's
I'll use
fight
one of
on.
my- I will use one of my 2 free casts of this.
Ooh,
Nice sound effect.
And he is applied.
yes.
Yeah, and if you watch the stream, you'll see it had a pretty cool effect over the top. It had this big eye come over the top of it. It's pretty cool.
Right on.
Nice. As the 20 hits.
All right. So I get to go and do my damage. Let's try that again. Okay, so we got damage. Normal.
Oh, you literally can't tab out on streams anymore.
Okay, that's 6 plus my Hunter's Mark damage.
Yep.
Hey, Wizard, do you still got Stone Shape?
I never had it.
Oh, damn.
Come on, here we go.
Oh, that was mine.
How to circumvent the encounter? Make a hold the sarcophagi completely stone.
This is the first time I played a wizard, so it's difficult for me to know exactly what kind of spells I should grab.
No
Nice.
problem, man. It's the experimenting part about it. Remember, you're not
right.
limited to leveling. You can get like spell scrolls for that. All just a little learn.
Is that it for you?
Yes.
Okay. Nilo.
Yep, I'm sure. All right. I would like to roll religion, please.
Okay. This is your action.
Yep.
Okay. So you're not 100% sure, but you know it's some sort of a demonic entity, probably placed here to protect and guard whatever.
Right. Okay. So I'm going to advance. That's in step here, hoping that they'll go for me instead of the 2 squishies behind me.
Okay.
Of course, we don't have a paladin with us.
You have a cleric.
All right. Is that it for you? Sorry.
Oh, yeah, that's it.
Tarikas.
Actually, hold on. Oh, no, Rallo should be here. I can't drag him onto the.
There you go. He's there.
Oh, weird. I thought I changed that token. It's okay. They're going to fly, use their ability, and fly back to me.
Okay.
Fly back over here.
All right.
Yep. So the next person to hit it gets advantage.
All right. Tarikas. You gonna run him, or do you want me to run him?
I can do that.
Okay.
I didn't realize it was his turn next. Tarikas is
Why,
going to
why?
step up here.
That's why I said Tarikas.
Yep. Let's see. Was the weapon whole radiant damage or physical damage?
What? Oh, it's
His,
no, the spiritual weapon is radiant.
radiant. Okay. Yeah, he is going to summon his spiritual weapon.
All right.
Where did that go?
So all you have to do is spiritual weapon is, I think, a.
Level 1 spell.
I don't think
Should be
so. I
level
think
1.
it's,
Was it level 2?
no, it's level 2. So you just target the creature, cast spiritual weapon.
Where the heck did he? I can just type it in, right? That's right.
Yeah, if you just do a search.
There it is. There it is. I found it.
Oh, Tarikas got a nat 1. Thanks for that card, man.
Did it already attack?
Yeah.
No. Okay, good.
Yeah, I think it does. All right, so Tarikas has a nat 1 available. Thanks for that card, man. Appreciate it. All right, as the spiritual weapon 20 hits, so go ahead and click the damage. And 11 hit points of damage. Nice. All right, is that it for Tarikas?
Yes. Tarikas is going to stay back here.
All right, Hygel.
Okay. I'm going to put my evocation bubble around Nilo and cast Fireball.
Okay.
Oh, that was cool, the effect.
Yep. And go ahead and I got to do, hang on a second. X save. Normal. As it failed its save, go ahead and do your damage.
Okay. It might hit Nilo, so I don't know if you have to like.
No,
count that.
it shouldn't, because I didn't have to roll for Nilo for the damage or the saving throw, so it's only targeted. Nice. Yep, let's see, 35. Nice. All right.
And that's it for me.
That's it for you. Ragnar, you don't see anything, but you hear the roar of the creature, whatever it is, in the chamber.
Well, he's gonna blindly run after Nilo, then run into Nilo, and
All
then
right.
move past Nilo.
All right.
Does Nilo have to make a check because I run into her?
No.
Okay. I'm gonna swat it a few times.
Nice. 20 hits. Guys, we got some good dice rolls tonight.
You say this.
And 15 misses.
Gotcha. That's my turn.
All right. As it is now the Guardians. Right. Why is it not? Maybe it's because I gotta go on actions. All right, here. Why is it not letting me do it?
It's gonna let you do it. It'll make life easier.
I know. I don't understand. It's like this is really like irritating the crap out of me. I'm trying to use its bonus action, and it's not letting me use. It's like clicking it, but it's not like, and it's displaying, but it's not like letting me actually use the. All right, I'm just gonna do it here. Suddenly, the creature disappears in front of you. And it's using its bonus action and shadowy teleport to teleport here. And as it does, it appears right behind Hygel, right by Tarikas, and it has this wicked-looking battle axe that it slams down on the purveyor of magic.
I knew this was coming.
That is a 23 hits.
What a in shock. We're fighting an intelligent enemy.
As you suffer 30 hit points of damage. The first of it is slashing, and the other half is force damage. So I'm not sure. Yeah, so 17 slashing, 13 force damage as it slams into Hygel.
Ouch.
All right.
Whee.
As it swings back, you watch as the axe he whips the axe and it flies over the top of Hygel past Tarikas, aiming at Corbin as he throws his axe. Oops. Let's try this again. There we go. A 21 hits Corbin.
Ouch.
As Corbin suffers 21 hit points of damage. And you watch, as soon as the axe hits him, it immediately flies back to the creature's hand. As it roars out, back to the top of the order. Corbin, you're up.
Yeah, that's oof.
All right. So I will do a sneak attack since somebody is within 5 of it.
Yes, sir.
All right. Blink away with an arrow.
Oh, hang on. Corbin, I need a DC 10 concentration check from you, please.
Oh, yeah. There's that too, right? Concentration.
As you pass your concentration check, good to go.
Awesome.
Okay.
Now for number next. There we go. Normal. Yeah, it's a normal attack.
As that 17 misses.
Okay then.
Is that it for you?
Yeah, it's not like we're gonna. Even by hidden shadows, it's not gonna help me any. So, yeah, I guess that'll be the end of my turn.
All right. Nilo.
Okay, so first, my Rollo is going to fly in, peck at it, fly away, and she'll move in herself.
Okay.
And she will whack it with her dagger.
Okay. 21 hits. $11 hit points of damage. Nice. Crit hits.
Yeah. Nice. Stab, stab, stab.
Nice. Is that it for you?
Yes.
Tarikas.
Tarikas. Hold on.
Don't forget that his
Oh, sorry. Yeah,
his thing is up here.
it's
so
right here.
Well, wherever. He can only move it 20 feet, so
Oh, 20, not 30?
no, it's 20 foot.
Oh, wow. Okay. I did not realize it was only 20 foot. Okay.
Yep.
I thought it was 30. Oh yeah, Nyla will mention. Corvin Hydro gets between the armor, so it doesn't do that again. Okay, so if that's the case, can I move it? No. Unfortunate. All right.
What are you trying to do?
I can't exactly move it so all the way. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to move it to here, so it's a nice middle ground.
Okay.
Then I will heal Hydro in front of me.
Okay. Nice. 13 hit points applied. Back to Hygel.
Thank you, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Is that it for him?
Yes.
Hygel, you're
He
up.
will stay here.
Okay.
Okay.
So, just so you know, you're standing on top of Tarikas now.
Yeah, I can't move. I can't even move my token. Thank you. Stand back here.
Hang on a second. This is 5, 10, 15, 20, 20. The farthest you can go is right here, because moving through somebody is an extra 5 foot of movement.
That's fine. I'll just
So-
here.
I would personally recommend here. That way, if it teleports again to the other side, it's easier to defend. That's just me, though.
So whatever.
From what point?
He was saying go
Here.
here, so if the thing kind of tries to teleport again or something.
Yeah, it makes sense.
Because Ragnar can come in and block this side here.
Nice. Firebolt hits.
That fire looked like it did reduce damage to it.
That was a good hit.
Give me a perception check.
That's it for my turn, by the way.
All right. So as the flames hit it, it looks like a fire did damage to it. It didn't. I mean, the creature hasn't really been concerned with anything that you guys have been hitting him with, but I mean, it looks like it hit him and did damage.
Yeah, I was like making sure it's not resistant to fire is what I'm looking for.
No idea. Does not appear to be. Ragnar, you're up.
Yeah, I hate enemies that teleport. They always run away.
If I want to stay over there, I'll probably go back over there eventually.
No, I have to save you guys because you can't help yourself. Can I even get there with 30 feet of movement?
You cannot. So this is 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. So you could actually get to here, but you can't do anything from here. The farthest you can get
I can't
is...
see him from there.
That's true. So the farthest you can get is to Tarikas, but that's 30 foot of movement.
I'll just have to stay here for now.
Okay, is that it for you?
Yeah.
All right. All right. As the creature... All right. As you watch as it... Oh, hang on a second. I got to look up something here. Okay, that's cool. Crud. I didn't know. I forgot that. Oh well. As it throws its axe at Tarikas, hits Tarikas with a 20. Oh, that sucked. 17 hit points of damage to Tarikas. As the axe comes whipping back to its hand, and it almost instantly it whips it again, slams it once again at Tarikas. 17 misses. What do I have anything on mine? I am going to use my advantage on this.
No.
So I am going to roll.
I'm gonna roll
again.
worse.
Yeah, I could. Figures and still missed. All right, that's it for as its axe comes flying back. Suddenly, the creature disappears. And
Well, it can't appear in the middle of it. Let's take that.
Corvin, you're up.
Well, if I can't see where it went, I guess I'm not doing much.
All right, so that's it.
My eyes open to look for shadows or anything weird.
You can hold to shoot at it.
Let me.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I guess I'll just hold my action.
All right, where is? I got.
Unless I can actively search for it.
Well, that's what I am looking up. Does Hunter's Mark tell you where it's at, or only that you?
Yeah, it should tell me exactly where it's at. If I remember right.
You magically mark one creature you can see within range as your quarry. Until the spell ends, you deal extra damage whenever you hit. You also have advantage in any wisdom check you make to find it. So if you want to, you can do a investigation check with advantage to determine where it's at. Even though it's invisible, you would still, because it's invisible, you would still have disadvantage. Well, no, I'm going to say if you find it, you won't have disadvantage on the check because you know whereabouts it's at. So
you said investigation?
Yeah, it's investigation to determine where it is at based on your hunter's mark. Yes, you realize that it is like right in here somewhere.
Now, was that an action or a bonus action?
So that is a action to find it.
Okay, in that case, I'm gonna point and go, "It's right there."
Right? And he points like right here. All right, Nilo.
All right. Right around here. Okay. Well, first, Rallo is going to fly straight into that space.
Okay.
Does it hit something?
No.
Fly over here.
Hit something and explodes.
Nope. Doesn't hit anything.
How high is this room?
Ceilings are 20 foot tall.
And he'll fly here, going at a diagonal to go up to the top of the ceiling.
Okay.
So it'll be 20 foot. Actually, technically 15. Yeah, he's right. Yeah. And no point did it hit anything.
Nope.
Nope. Okay. Oh, in that case, she will hold a firebolt.
Okay. Tarikas.
Tarikas will step here and patch up the other. Wait, doesn't he get an ability that lets him heal himself?
Yeah, it's one of his like life domain things, but I'm not sure how that works.
Okay, I'll go take a look at it, and then I'll just add it to it, because I remember it never works for him.
Yeah, I'm not really sure how that's supposed to work. Oh, sorry, is that it for Tarikas?
Yeah, that's it for him. Since the weapon can't actually hit anything.
Okay.
Well, since we know the general direction he's at, I'm gonna cast Fireball again.
Okay.
But this time as a
Heals
4th
6.
level.
Okay. All
And
right.
again, I'm gonna protect these two here.
Go ahead and just place wherever you're going to. Okay.
I love you. You got the animations back.
Yeah. All right. So let me. All right.
We'll let you get past that time.
So he made his saving throw. And go ahead and do your damage. Where is that at? But he made his save. Okay.
And that'll be it.
What's that? That's it?
That'll be it for me. Yep.
Okay. All right. Ragnar.
Gotta move again.
Yes, not to be confused with Ragnar the Red. It's Ragnar the Deaf.
Blind. Ragnar the Blind.
Blind, yes.
Shit, where is it? You haven't found it, have we?
Nope. You know the general area, but you don't know.
Well, Ragnar
Actually,
has a very funny ability that because he has blind sense,
yep.
he can detect anything that's invisible within 10 feet. So he's gonna
Yep.
try to sweep the
He
area.
senses it right there. It's like from where you're at, boom. It's like you're right next to it.
Oh, can you make him visible so I can target him? Because I have the full ability to do that.
Yep.
Guys, why are you fucking around? He's right there.
That's what I said.
Even though you know he's there, you swing and a miss. Swing and a miss.
He's a little crafty little shit, isn't he?
Yeah, you didn't target him either, so. But the
Oh, I
17
didn't?
No, it looks like you D-slowed, but that's okay. Regardless, 17 misses.
Gotcha.
The best part is he was already targeted by you, so if you swung, it would already gone
Yep.
after it.
All right.
I just hit him anyway.
Is that it for you?
Yeah, that's it.
All right. All right. So.
That'd be funny. You're moving around, swinging. No target detected. Okay. No target detected. No target. Step next to him. Oh.
All right. Suddenly, appearing out of thin air, you watch as this massive battle axe once again flies right through, slams into Tarikas, and hits Tarikas.
Did I see where the battle axe shot through from?
Yeah, you can go ahead and do yours. As Tarikas takes 26 hit points of damage as the creature becomes visible. So go ahead and do your attack as the firebolt hits. Go ahead and do that damage.
Yeah, weak damage.
Yep. It's alright. As the damage is done, as the battle axe whips right back to his hand. What's that?
I was just saying, any damage is good damage.
Yep. As the axe flings once again back at Tarikas. Damn it! Ah! And that is its turn.
Corvin, I believe, also had a held action to attack.
No, he
No,
did
I
not.
used my-
Yeah, he
I
used
my
his
action to detect it.
yeah, he used his action to try to sense where it's at based on Hunter's
Right.
mark. So, all right, back to the top of the order, Corvin.
All right, since I'm basically in melee with this thing, I guess I will switch to my short sword and
Okay.
dagger.
Okay.
Now, I do have a question because I've never played a ranger before,
Okay.
so it'll be my first time because I get I can use two weapons at once.
Right.
Now, how does
It's a bonus action to swing your second weapon, and you
Yep.
don't add your damage mod, or you don't add your stat mod to your damage.
Correct.
Okay.
So you swing just like normally, but when you do damage, it only does the offhand damage, which, like he said, does not include the
okay?
whatever the-
So
Yeah, it should. Hopefully, the game system will take it into account. If not, I'll just add the extra hit points back to it.
let me make sure I've got this guy targeted because I think I lost targeting when he disappeared. All right, normal.
So Tariq. Oh, also thanks, card man. So Tariq's got a nat 20 as well.
Okay, so
All right. So
That's
the misses. The short sword misses on its attack.
all right, and let's try with the dagger.
And that misses as well.
Yep. And there's nowhere for me to go really. Let me see if let me shift south one. It'll allow somebody
Okay.
get by me if they have to.
Yep. Okay. Is that it for Corbin?
Yeah, that'll be it.
Yep. And I just saw that card man. Thank you. As Tarikas got a nat 20 as well. So Tarikas has a nat 1
Nice. One and a nat 20.
and a nat 20. That is correct.
All right.
Appreciate that, card man. Okay. Did I miss anything? All right, cool. Next on the order, Nilo.
Yep. She is going to step here.
Okay.
And the owl's the Rallo's gonna fly in, smack it, fly away.
Okay. Nope. Raldo cannot hit anything. That's an attack, and they can't attack, but they can fly by. Just can't attack it.
Either way, I get the advantage.
I'm just messing with you, man. I know what you mean.
Yeah, I know. So advantage.
Nice. As the dagger hits with a 24. For 11 hit points of damage. Nice. As
Nope,
the
that ain't going.
15 misses. Is that it for you?
That is it for me.
All right, Tarikas.
Tarikas, he got a little hurt, but everyone beside him is hurt. So, he has a spell for this. It's called Prayer, I believe.
No, that takes like
No.
a minute to cast.
Where is what? Didn't he have?
He has greater, or I think it's like greater healing hand, but that's like a level 5 spell. I would not recommend it.
Yeah, he doesn't have that. He's got.
He had a mass healing word. Yeah, that was it.
That's a level 4 spell. I would not use that right now.
But he doesn't have it. He doesn't have that one on his list of memorized or gotten spells.
Oh, it is right here. Massive healing word, always prepared. But that's not. But I can't use that right now. So what I will do is I will bless everybody. Where'd that spell go? There it is. How many gets blessed at this level? Up to 3.
3. Yep.
Okay, so. Oops. Target and target you.
Can you target the Nikoloth for me too, please?
No.
Oh. I thought I'd ask. As you all now are blessed.
Thank you.
All right. And you can see...
Forgot his spiritual weapon going, but that's okay. He is going to... I don't think he has any bonus action stuff he can just do now, so... Alright, that's a full action. Yep, okay.
Right,
he is going to chill there.
And if you notice, look at the bless that stays on you guys now. Pretty cool. Hyjal.
I'm gonna cast Witch Bolt.
Okay, which bolt are you gonna catch?
Huh?
Just kidding.
You making some dad jokes again? Jeez, on stream, you embarrass me in front of the world.
Listen, Sean has gone past dad jokes.
He's making
As the witch
jokes now.
The witch bolt hits. And go ahead and roll your damage.
Oh, I'm so glad the audio does not keep going.
Yeah. 23
hit.
hit points of damage. Nice.
Juicy.
And now, next turn, I can use a bonus action to roll again to hit for 1d12.
Yep. Is that it for you?
Yep, that's it.
Ragnar.
These effects are really cool.
Welcome to being a higher level mage.
No, I'm talking about like on the VT.
Anyway, Ragnar, you're up.
Yeah, let me target him real quick.
Okay. Take your time.
Take your time, anytime.
That's not a hit.
That is not a hit. This one will be, though. That's a hit. Nice.
Oh.
Is that it for you?
Yeah.
All right. As the creature, obviously in pain, getting blasted from all directions, now tries to target those that dealt him the damage. So the first one, as the axe comes flying out of its hand, blasting, yes. Yes, blasting into Tarikas.
But Sharika didn't hit him. I'm going
As-
to natural one that.
You going to nat 1 that?
Yeah.
Okay. So the nat 1 is gone. As it did not do any damage.
He ducks behind the wall.
Yep. As the axe comes flying back and it throws it once again.
Thank Cooper, protect me. Woo!
Oops.
Thank you, Grandpappy Thadkiel.
Oh, and he misses with a 16. Oh, lucky you.
He's like, thank you, Grandpappy Thadkiel, for
All right.
defending me.
Yep, exactly. I'm gonna stop doing these nat 1s and nat 20s, man. Fuck this. Corvin, you're up.
Okay. I'm not effective like this, so I'm gonna do uncanny dodge. Or uncanny.
I'm gonna have to have words with you, card man. Anyway,
I'm gonna
you
use
uncanny
my cunning
dodge.
action here.
Okay.
Well, not dodge, but I'm gonna.
Yeah,
disengage.
cunning action to disengage. Okay.
Yes. And some reason I just did it myself, I think.
Get on out of there, Zoidberg.
Yeah, so that's what? 10, 15, 20, 25.
And you can go by the owl if you want to go up even further, because the owl is up above your head. So.
Yep,
Okay.
they're at 15 foot.
I'll go all the way over there. That's my bonus action. And then I will blink away at it again with the bow.
All right. Is that hits?
Nice. Okay, so that is damage plus 1d6.
Yeah, just do regular damage, and then you just. Well, I guess you could just add it onto there, so you don't have to go do your hunter's mark again.
That's what I was thinking.
Yep, that's fine. Nice.
That'll work.
All right. Nilo.
And that'll be the end of my turn.
Thank you, sir. Nilo, you're up.
Halo will, her dragon will fly by, give her advantage on this. As she attacks it with her dagger again.
Okay.
And I did not roll at advantage.
It's all
That's
right.
fine. I'll roll. Did I hit or miss?
18 hits, but you never targeted them.
Oh. Okay.
So just go ahead and do damage, and the damage will appear. All right. As you do 8 hit points.
Nice.
And then her second attack at advantage.
Why was the second attack at advantage?
The first one was supposed to be at advantage, but I forgot to hit advantage.
Okay,
So I did it on the
that's fair.
second one.
That's fair. I'll allow it.
No.
Another 8 hit points.
Yep.
All right. Is that it?
Yes.
Tarikas.
Tarikas will. Where's that?
Toll the dead.
Yeah, he's being hard. He's being hard targeted here. He will heal himself before he gets blasted. Team plus 3. I forgot to target. I targeted the Nightcloth. My bad.
All right, so he got 15. Let me add.
I got it on here.
All right, he had 19.
Yep. So he needs.
I'm going to apply that 5th. Hey, man, it's not my fault you don't know who you're casting the spell on.
18 plus 3, 18,
Thank you.
20,
Okay,
30,
you laughed.
37.
34.
34?
Yeah,
He gets plus 3.
Oh,
He gets
yeah,
plus
I
3 from
forgot.
his build, yeah.
Okay, I
Yep.
forgot. Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, that's fair.
And he has no bonus action because he has Bless up right now. So that's good.
That's it?
Yep.
Nigel?
That's it.
Okay.
Wait, where'd the dragon go? Oh, dragon go. Actually, I can see it.
25 hits with a firebolt. Nice. Okay.
Now the only thing is, so now I can roll, how do I don't know how to use the bonus action for the Witch Bolt.
So if you go to cast Witch Bolt and just don't. There should be a checkbox that says "Consume resource." Don't consume the resource. I think that's how it. I think that's how it works. Or it may come up with an extra thing that just says "Witch Bolt damage." I'm not sure. Yeah. So, just do. On each subsequent, you can take a bonus action deal. Yeah, so just do damage without the attack. Hang on, let me see if... yeah, it's done. So, yeah, just go ahead and roll the damage and see what it comes up, and I'll see if I have to apply it.
Yeah, so it rolled double.
Yeah, it rolled double. So we'll just take whatever the first roll was, 12 hit points, so I'll just take 12 hit points off of it. I'm not sure how that mechanic works. We'll have to figure that out. But
And that's it for me.
all right, cool. All right.
I can see why Monkey
Ragnar.
had a lot of trouble with that spell, with the spiritual weapon spell.
Yeah,
That is a
it's-
little confusing to use.
Yeah, it is. And then again, there needs to be a better mechanic. Like it says, oh, just attack with the weapon. You have to know it's already cast because you've got concentration.
Well, what
right?
I'll do next time is I'll just roll a d12.
Yeah, I think that's probably easiest. Anyway,
Two.
Ragnar.
Uh,
No,
main
he only
issue
rolls
doesn't
one.
actually just 2d12.
That's on your first attack. Every round
Yeah,
after
I'm
that,
talking
it's
about just
1d12.
using the dice roll
Oh, okay.
instead of casting it again.
Yeah. No, what he's saying, he thought it was 2d12, but it's not. It's 1d
Yeah.
every round.
I see that now. But it doesn't actually summon the weapon here, which is also annoying. But when you cast it, you can click the check to not consume it, and then
Yeah.
just straight up roll the damage.
Yeah, and
instead
that's
of
exactly what
casting
happens.
it again.
28 hits. A 19 is considered a crit too, isn't it?
Yeah, because I'm a champion fighter.
Yep. As you strike, you manage finally, as the creatures whittle down, you slam into it. The creature roars and just erupts in this mist, and poof, it sinks into the floor and disappears. You have banished the creature back to whatever hellscape it was originally from.
So, no more touching the sarcophaguses. You know that?
You know, I was just thinking, since we've taken care of the Guardian, we might as well open him up.
You've learned nothing.
What the hell?
Okay, everybody, gather around. That the blessings of Saint Cuthbert watch over you. I was up to 5
Can
people.
Tarikas, can you sense fiends?
By the way, you guys need to deselect the creature.
Gotcha.
And let me do this. I don't know how to end the spell.
What he needs to do, what Hydro needs to do is in the top right corner. There's a little like a brain.
Not anymore.
brain
I
with
took
the
it
arrow
off.
on.
I took it off of him. He's no longer concentrating.
I have no idea.
So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to do this. Hopefully this will work. No, the spell's still there.
Weird.
So let me do this then. Hang on. See if it stays. Okay. Now let me put Hygel back. Now Hygel's back. There we go. That was really weird. Bizarre. Anyway. As you guys now...
No, he does not. That is a paladin thing.
Yeah. As you look and you can see that there are 6 sarcophagi here. What do we want to do?
First, Tariq is going to use prayer healing on the group. Yep, up to 5, so I can select everybody.
Okay.
And everyone gains the benefit of a short rest as well with this spell.
Yep. So do your healing.
You also get your cantrips back because of this too.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, Yeah, so don't forget to keep track of cantrips. So you get your 15 hit points back. Everybody give yourself a short rest. You guys are 8th level, so you can, in addition to the 15 hit points, you can use up to 2 of your hit dice for healing. So if you guys want to heal yourself some more with hit dice, you can use 2 hit dice to heal. And don't forget, we always, go ahead and give yourself, just take a short rest if you haven't.
I've never actually used any abilities that require that.
Yeah.
That needs that. So, okay.
Alright, so let's see. He's maxed. Corbin might as well be maxed. Tarikas might as well. Alright, cool. Alright, so as you guys take the benefit of a short rest, as I said, as you look, let me give descriptions of this again, just so you guys can say. The faint charnel reek which still lingers here proves that the place was used to bury the remains of people, probably servants of the temple. Sealed niches along the 4 walls of this parallelogram show where the interments were made. No space is devoid of a ceiling wall of black bricks. 6 great sarcophagi are lined up in the center of the chamber, 3 per row. They are all of black stone. Some glitter with gold, others platinum. Jewels wink and glisten from sculpted visages atop each. Gem eyes of red, orange, yellow, green, blue, violet. You can see at least a dozen rather shapeless statues lining the walls of the place. Human-sized, man-like forms of black stone, but without clearly defined limbs and with featureless heads. A statue twice as large stands at the head of each of the great burial vaults, or stands at the head of each of the great burial vaults. Yeah. So you can see these sarcophagi have eyes with gems or inlaid gems for eyes, etc., etc.
Gems, you say, pulls out toolkit.
Please don't. and I know puts her hand on his shoulder. Please don't.
But it's right there. We already took care of the Guardian.
It's better to respect the dead, even if the dead belong to a very, especially since it belonged to a very deadly and dangerous god.
All right. Puts tools back.
There was a guardian here. That means this place was being actively protected. I'm gonna have Tarikas roll religion real quick to try to identify what the creature was.
Okay.
Did it drop any loot?
No, it faded. It got banished. Most of the time, that's what demons do.
He knows it's a demon, but that's about it.
Yeah. Okay. Nyla will give a whistle, and Rollo will fly back to her.
Okay.
Could it be Satan? Oh.
Yeah. Tarikas is unsure of what this thing is.
Yeah. Okay.
That would be a funny character for someone to play, based on Church Lady from Saturday Night Live.
Let's just make our way out of here.
All right. As you guys move out, you see the hallway running north, ending in a chamber. There's also a branch tunnel running to the east over here if you want to continue on that way. But before we go any further, we're going to take a break. Why? Yeah. Because we can. For everybody that's here, man, I appreciate, especially all that came in from with Lord Kasumba that are still around. I definitely appreciate that. I am Sean, your host. We are Agora Quest. This is our Heroes of Kreistrich edition, our 5e game. Don't forget to catch us every Monday for our first edition game, also set in Greyhawk. Our party is currently adventuring under the a temple, the Lost Temple of Therisden, or as the module says, the Forgotten Temple of Therisden, for those who know. And if you come see our 1e game, you can actually see our party chasing IUs across the multisphere as he is on his way to have an encounter with Vecna. So the party in our first edition game is off trying to save the world by plane hopping. But anyway, I digress. Catch us. We'll be back in about say 15 minutes is what we usually take our break. Is that good for you guys? 15, okay?
Yeah.
That'll work for me.
All right, so we're going to go ahead and...
See you in a bit.
Yep, so we're going to take a break, and in the meantime, we're going to enjoy the smooth, silky sounds of our very own Monkey Boogers, who's not even here with us tonight. I don't know what the heck's wrong with him, but we'll be back shortly.
Why can't I adjust the coins here?
I don't know. And I hope you'll stay with us.
I can't actually grab the coins out of my bag of holding. They're stuck there. I can't alter them at all. I can't manage currency or anything on it. Yeah, I put them in there to keep them safe. I was trying to remove the gold from earlier and I couldn't do it. I did it on Beyond, but... Figure that out. I'm not sure why it's not letting
me. Yeah, it's funny. For all the years that I've been gaming, this is the first time I've played a Ranger, but I'm having a hell of a lot of fun with it.
Good.
Okay, I see why.
I'm being boneheaded about something.
Hey, Jacob?
Yeah.
In the upper left, if you open up the bag of holding,
yeah,
upper left-hand corner has a little gear.
Hey, you! Yeah,
oh.
you!
Oh,
now's the
that's all it is.
to get even stronger at Planet Fitness. Save $28 or more when you join today for just $1 down, and get free fitness training. Learn how to mix up your routine with our best-in-class equipment, or create a customized workout plan that works for you. Don't wait. Save $28 or more today when you join Planet Fitness for just $1 down, $15 a month. Cancel anytime. Deal ends April 11th.
Planet Fitness is the official fitness center of the Orlando Magic and Orlando Solar Bears.
See Home Club for details.
Skip the ads. Darn it. All right, I'll be back in a few minutes, folks. I hope everybody will stay with us. Hopefully you don't run away. There's lots more to come. Got another hour plus or so, so come hang out with us. I'm listening.
You can't put a price on well-being. That said, in-person therapy can cost from $100 to $250 per session. That adds up. Online therapy can save you up to 50% per session on average. Because wellness should be affordable, not a luxury. With 30,000 therapists, BetterHelp has helped over 5 million people globally. Visit betterhelp.com/pressplay for 10% off your first month of online therapy. betterhelp.com/pressplay. Your mental health is worth it.
And we are back. Sorry about that. Came back a couple seconds late. Just trying to get all caught up here. Yeah. Everybody back? I hope. Everybody here except Monkey again. I don't recall him saying that he was going to be missing, so now I'm kind of worried and disappointed. He does work at a school, so hopefully he didn't get hijacked by some of his music students. I do know that Learn Music could let us know. He's like Monkey's best friend or something like that. No, just kidding. I don't know. Who knows? Doesn't matter. I just know that we're having a good time here, and I appreciate you guys hanging out with us tonight on a Friday night. Know you could be anywhere you want to be, but I don't know about you. Where else would you rather be but slaying demons and dragons? Although our party has yet to really meet a dragon per se, but just maybe.
Oh, we've met a dragon.
Well,
we've met a dragon.
Yes, I take it back.
We
met a dragon.
On him.
Yes, and we bribed him. So for those that have been following the stream, you're well aware of this. But we had a magic user, artificer, whatever he was, by the name of Paviskro Nos, and Paviskro tinkered and made temporary magic items. And of course, as part of his character class, he can make up to 5 items. But if he made 4, okay, so if he made 4, the 5th one would be fine, but the first one that he made would no longer be magical. And so they did meet a white dragon who by name is called Icewind. That's sort of what the people call him. What his real name is, they're not really sure of. But anyway, they met him in the mountain pass, and he said, sure, you can go by, but you're going to have to pay a toll. And so Paviskro outsmarted the stupid dragon and gave him magic items that he tinkered. However, since then,
all those have since been replaced.
All those have since been replaced. So I have no doubt in my mind that the dragon is going to want to have words with said party somewhere down the road. But anyway, let's get back to where we were. For those that may have just joined us, our party has just finished doing battle with a creature known as a Nikoloth, which was a guardian demon for these crypts. And so they defeated it before it could do much damage. It's actually, if it wasn't for you, our humble audience, and by you I mean Cardman, Cardman dropped a timely nat 1 on Tarikas, and when the creature hit Tarikas, and Tarikas only had 19 hit points left, and the creature was averaging about 30 points a hit, he used that nat 1 to overturn the attack roll, and the second attack roll missed. And so the healing magic was able to stay around. And so, not that I don't think it would have lasted much anyway, but that was the creature's primary focus, was to try to take out Nigel and Tarikas, because those were the ones that were casting the...
Who's Nigel?
Nigel. I always call you Nigel because it's like, I think
Nigel
like
Thornberry. That should have been
I know,
my
man. I just
character.
keep thinking every time I say Nigel, I know it's Hygel, but anyway, it was going after the magic user and the cleric, because those were the two that could do the most damage. Even though, unbeknownst to the party, he has resistance to both lightning and fire, so he was only taking half damage. And when he made his saving throws, which he has advantage on, he only takes a quarter damage. So he wasn't really taking that much damage, but every little bit helped. So the one time he did fail his save, though, and that did decent damage. But anyway, bottom line is the party is now continuing their investigation of the lower dungeons beneath this temple complex. And so as you guys come around the corner and head north, who am I missing here? There's a character missing on the...
That's me, probably.
No, Corbin's missing. Where'd Corbin go?
What do you mean? I'm right here.
But your token's not on the map, unless somebody's on top of you, which is quite
I'm on top of him.
Okay, that's probably why.
Oh, damn, Nilo.
I know. Nilo's like a horny little witch, isn't she? There you go. Right. She has a thing for elves, man. She has a thing for elves. I'm just saying. She identifies as a half orc, even though she's an elf. So I don't know. I don't know what it is.
I have a girlfriend. She's just on another plane.
Exactly. So anyway, this is a family channel, so you didn't hear that from us kids. It's past your bedtime anyway.
No, I don't know nothing.
Yep. So as you guys move up, you can see, as I said, the passageways here are still smooth, polished rock on the floor and smooth, sort of matte colored black obsidian for the walls themselves. But it's all smooth, relatively well taken care of, although there is dust and debris kind of laying about. Not enough, like I said before, Nilo, not enough to like have big rocks and stuff, but there's like little bits and pieces and chips and fingernail sized things, dust wise, that sort of are gathered on the floor. And this area up here does not appear to have any of the like nobody's been walking through it. You don't see any footprints in the sand or dirt or dust or anything like that, like you saw at the southern half where you found the well-maintained doors. And as you step up into this long chamber, Corvin, this long, rather narrow room shows walls with black brick niches where obviously more burials have taken place. Here you can see there do not appear to be any empty spaces. Although the floor is relatively clear of dust and dirt, it still doesn't look like anybody's been here in quite some time.
Okay.
And by the way, just so you guys know, if these are like bricks that are identifiable where they were set in and have a little bit of mortar around them, so should you guys ever want to break one out, you could, but that's obviously you haven't. I know Nilo doesn't want to desecrate graves, and I'm sure Tarikas doesn't, but you could break some of them. You have seen in other rooms, they've been broken out like somebody has been plundering the dungeon, but this one does not have any of that.
Well, should we take a look at the next corner?
All right.
I suppose so.
All right, let me see if I can figure out where I'm at on here.
And I will take a peek around the corner.
Okay. The north, east, and south walls of this chamber show that square openings were carved into the rock and then closed fast with black bricks and mortar. Obviously another burial chamber. The west wall has a faded painting of an inverted two-step pyramid of purple hue. On one side of it is a shrouded black figure. On the other, a black many-rayed sun. Both of the black figures are merely outlined with silvery paint, now gray and lusterless with age. A lone blur stands in the center of the chamber. It is of black stone and its lid is askew. Something has disturbed it recently from the tracks you can see around it.
Do we need to
That's
go
not
in
good.
here?
Well, it's already been disturbed. Might as well investigate.
All right. She draws her dagger.
All right. The low stone beer is like up here. It's sort of like a mini it's like a coffin with a stone lid.
Since it's already been defiled, I'll take a look around.
Okay. As you go up to it, you can see the lid is askew, and inside you can see there's like some sort of a decaying remains of a body in black robes.
Oh, lovely. The body's still here. Well, at least that means it's not
Just
walking
a body
around
in there doesn't mean anything.
Oh, like I said, at least we know it's not walking around down here.
Okay.
Okay, that's good enough.
Okay. Sure you don't want to search through the remains?
You know,
Do it.
my curiosity is getting the better of me. I'm going to give it a search.
All right. As you reach in, the bones shift.
Oh God.
Suddenly sitting up, this hideous creature, this revenant from a day gone past, gets up and it points right at you going, "Ah! Who disturbs me?" I need you, please, to give me a DC 15 wisdom saving throw, please.
Of course.
Are you coughing or laughing as you said that, Sean?
I was swallowing a chip as I was talking. Should never do two things at once.
Wisdom saving throw, you say, huh?
Wisdom saving throw, DC 15, please. Does he get it? Yes, he just barely makes it.
By the skin of my teeth.
As this thing comes up out of its crypt, reaching out and pointing towards you, you look at its face, and it's like in a movie where the face comes like right at you, like a ghost coming right at you, and then it blasts right through you. As this thing sits up and its mouth elongates and its jaw sort of comes open and it reaches a clawed set of fingers toward you. You feel this bone-chilling fear run through your body, but your stout elven blood, the fey blood within you, helps you fight off this fear sensation. As the creature comes out to attack, everybody roll for initiative.
Guys, look, I found some more experience points.
And it's funny because I don't do experience.
What did I say? I warned you.
I need to get... Hang on a second. I need to remove... And we begin the combat. Corvin, you're up.
All right. Well, I don't want to be in hand-to-hand with this thing. So I am going to use my bonus action to break contact.
Okay.
And I will
Oops.
move
Sorry
back
about that.
towards this corner
Okay.
so nobody else has me in their way. And for my action, I will plug it with an arrow. Hopefully. Please don't be one of those things that requires a magic weapon. And I attack with advantage.
Why was the advantage?
First round of combat, I attack anybody with advantage that go before.
And you never targeted the creature.
Oh, well, that might have been
Just
useful.
That's all right. It hits. Go ahead and target it to do damage.
Yes.
All right. As your arrow flies into its emaciated body, as the creature sort of gives you a hissing sound as it crawls its way out of its crypt. Is that it for you?
That's it for me.
Hygel, not Nigel, you're up. Nice. There's a 25 hits. Roll thy damage.
And that's it.
That's it. Nicely done. All right. Ragnar, Stormhelm.
Sorry, I'm fumbling for a minute. It's this thing, right?
Yes.
There we go. My sheet was messing with me for a second. Those 22 hit?
Sorry. Yeah, but it looks like you didn't target it.
Thought I clicked on it.
It's a ghost. He targeted right through it.
Yeah, it doesn't show that you're targeting it, so go ahead and target again and just do your damage, and then it'll apply that way.
Okay.
All right. 22 hits. Nicely done. 10 hit points of damage. All right. Is that it for you?
Yeah.
All right. As the creature takes the body blows from Ragnar as it clambers out of its crypt to stand before him. As it targets him with its evil glare. I need Ragnar to give me a DC 15 Wisdom saving throw, please.
Can it still glare at me when I can't see it?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
It's at like 5 feet in front of you. Right, so well, let me think.
Well, I see an outline of the creature.
It just says one creature it can see within 30 feet. So it's sort of like a psychic effect too, so as opposed to a visual.
It has to look at you, not you look at it.
Yeah, it doesn't matter if you can see it, it's only if it can see you.
What kind of save? You said wisdom?
Wisdom saving throw, DC 15.
Oh, that's going to be hard.
As you pass anyway. Hey!
Let's go.
Nice. As now it unleashes its slam attacks upon you. As it gets 2 slam attacks. Oh, great. 17 misses. I was so close to that. As its second attack comes in. As the second slam, 22 hits Ragnar. For a whopping 10 hit points of bludgeoning. Actually, it's necrotic, sorry. 10 points of necrotic damage. As it hits you, you can feel it siphoning life force from your body. Tarikas, you're up.
Alright, Tarikas gonna step forward. He's gonna step over here and he's gonna call, by the power of Saint Cuthbert, leave! He's going to use his channel divinity on it. Oh, whoops, before I do that.
You can roll, okay. Has to make, well, you go up here to make it saving throw here really quick. Oh, I don't do it until, I don't apply anything until you do your turn undead, because it only takes it if it fails a turn. So whenever you use turn undead...
That wasn't a turn? Okay, hold on.
Well, no, because seer undead is, whenever you use the turn undead, you can roll a number of d8s equal to your wisdom modifier and add the rolls together. Each undead that fails its saving throw against that use of turn undead takes radiant damage equal to the dice rolls. The damage doesn't end the turn effect. Well, this damage doesn't end the turn. So anyway.
Where would that be at?
So it's his, did you, I don't think you targeted the,
I did.
Okay, it's targeted.
Would it be channel divinity?
Yeah,
No.
It's a channel divinity. If you go to channel divinity,
Oh,
there's a
okay,
turn.
I found it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so just do the turn. And then I have to do a DC 15 wisdom. I failed my wisdom, therefore it is turned, and I apply the damage. Nicely done. So let's see. You can channel divine energy from the outer planes. You start with 2 divine turn undead. Where is the...
It's at the very bottom. Turn undead. As a magic action, you present the holy symbol and censure the undead creature. Each undead of your choice within 30 feet must make a wisdom saving throw. If it fails its save, it has the frightened and incapacitated conditions for 1 minute.
Yep.
And it moves as far... How can it move away if it's incapacitated? Incapacitated means it can't do anything.
It just says that, yeah, it can't take actions or reactions, but it can still move.
Okay.
Apparently.
And it takes the radiant damage, and and I don't know if it is weak to radiant damage, but there's a vulnerable, but it might be taking double because of that.
Maybe.
Yep. That is his action, right? Yep, that's as a straight action. Okay, that's it for him.
All right.
He flashes up his single St. Cuthbert, and a blinding light flashes out from it.
Nicely done. Nilo, you're up.
She will, her dragon will fly through, of course, like usual, being a little bastard. And then she'll run up with her dagger, and she'll stab it.
And that hits.
And this is a magical weapon, so.
I know. You're right. Okay. Nice. That hits as well. All right. Is that it for Nilo?
Yeah, that'll be it.
Corvin, back up to you.
All right.
Picking on this poor little thing.
Should have stayed dead. I'm going to use Hunter's Mark. Surprise, surprise. And it's one of my free ones. My last free one. And let me see. It is engaged by 2 friendlies, so I can do a sneak attack on it. So short bow, advantage.
18 hits.
All right. So that would be plus 2d6.
Nice.
And that'll be my turn.
All right. Idle. As that misses.
I'm going to use one of my advantages.
Okay. That leaves you 2. That one hits.
At 20, right?
That is a nat 20, so do your damage crit.
Oh, I love when that happens. It's always so entertaining to me.
28. Nicely done.
Oh, and that's it.
Ragnar.
Okay. That hurt me first. I'm gonna hurt it back.
Uh, 16 hits. Nice. That hits as well. All right.
There you go.
Is that it for you?
Yep.
All right. As the Revenant tries to run to the corner, go ahead and give it a once attack of opportunity, please, Ragnar.
What's that?
Give it an attack of opportunity. It just moved out of your space.
Oh, gotcha.
You have to sidestep.
No,
Okay, you got rid of that.
Yeah.
That system's gone. Okay, good.
13 hits.
Oh wow, this thing does not have a high AC at all.
Oh. It's not a very tough creature at all. As it moves, but it's going to attack Nilo on its way past.
Of course.
Why not? As that attack misses.
Yeah.
As the second attack comes in. Hey, I may actually hit. 24 hits.
That does hit, and I'll let that one hit.
6 hit points of damage to Nilo. As it continues to move out of your range, trying to get in the corner as far as it can go, grabbing the lid of the coffin, trying to carry it as you hit it with a 25 with your dagger. 9 hit points exactly. That's exactly how many it has left as the creature screeches and howls and collapses to the floor, sort of flopping around on the floor, if you will, leaving you guys standing there wondering what the heck is happening here. As make sure you guys deselect the creature as he slowly turns to dust, like when this creature was held together by mystical negative energy forces, and when you destroyed it, it collapsed on the floor. I think that's Corvin. You need to make sure that you deselect. It's still selected.
What's the spell that purifies a body so it can no longer be used for this?
Corvin, you still with us?
I am.
Yeah, you need to deselect the revenant.
Oh,
so
sorry.
Yeah, no, you're good.
There you go.
All right.
Isn't there a spell that lets you
Yeah, that's like a ceremony. It's sort of like preparing or doing some kind of literally a ceremony, like a wedding and all this other stuff.
Okay.
Yeah.
Kind of like that blessing. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
All right. Oh, yep, here it is. Okay. That's an hour. Okay. That's not and cost gold. Yeah, we can't use that right now.
Okay. But yeah, so now you see this empty stone coffin. It's not as big as a sarcophagus, but it's a slightly smaller one. But it is well appointed, and you can see it's got engravings and markings and scenes kind of carved into it and whatnot. And then, of course, the body of the corpse, whatever it is, lying next to it, decaying rapidly as if it's been here for centuries and this magic was holding it together, but now time is rapidly catching up with it as its bones are becoming dust.
Nilo will attempt to put what little of it back, what little was left back into the coffin.
As you're putting it back in, you see that there is a rather well-appointed black with purplish sort of metallic nubbings and whatnot in it, but as a mace, as a footman's mace in the coffin.
I am a soldier, 1, and 2. I very much am wary of the undead, considering the war I used to fight. She does not pick up the mace. In fact, she will go to close the coffin.
Okay.
When she does, she'll step away and look over the Corbin and goes, and this is why we don't raid coffins. This is why we don't desecrate the dead. Because they come back and bite the shit out of you.
Like I said, it was already desecrated.
Just because someone else desecrated it doesn't mean you need to desecrate it too.
All right.
Yeah, 6 one kind, half dozen the other.
All right. As you all stand sort of lurking and looking about, what do we want to do?
Carry on, let's check out that other wing.
Before they go poke the head in another coffin.
All right. All right. You guys begin to move your way back down through the tunnels, heading back to wherever it was you wanted to go. One of these days, I'm going to have something that like blocks the back here, and then it leaves the party all like half and half.
That would be evil.
Yeah.
Did we check this spot?
Yeah, we did.
Yeah, we did.
Yes,
Okay.
you guys did. Yeah, it was another one of those crypts of some kind.
It just wasn't like showing, so I'm like, did we check it?
Yeah. slowly but surely you work your way back through the mini maze. Not really a maze, but just because it's twisty-turny. As you guys find yourselves back at the purple column that goes from floor to ceiling. The ceilings here is about almost 40 feet tall. And the column itself being 10-foot square goes all the way. Everybody give me a perception check, please. Actually, no. What is everybody's passive perception? Let's do that. Corvin and... I'm going to say Corvin, Tarikas, and Ragnar.
Yeah.
Well, let me see. Do I have Hygels? Yeah, I have Hygels. Everybody but Hygel and Nilo. As you guys get back to this purple column, once again, you can hear guttural chatter coming from the south. And to the south, as you peek around the corner, you can see it has a wide set of stairs leading up into darkness.
I was on here. Nyla will just comment while they can hear that, but she doesn't hear it. She's like, if I had to hazard a guess, the right side is exactly the same as where we just came from.
Well, we'll only know if we look.
All right, then.
Swiper, which way should we go?
Passing by the stairs, the continued smell of decay is down here as you find yourselves in front of yet another door. Once again, these doors, at least around this main area, are fairly well taken care of. The iron bands look like they've been upkept. The hinges and whatnot appear to be well lubricated, greased, etc. But yeah, as you stand at this door, what do we want to do?
I will give it a listen. Like
Okay.
Doing before.
All right, investigation, please.
Nope.
As you listen, you can hear scraping sounds coming from the other side, as if, and then small little squeals and squeaks as mice and or rats are apparent on the other side.
It sounds like rodents.
Yep.
I'll draw my short sword.
Okay.
Yeah, let's
We'll prepare a spell.
All right. Opening the door, inside, it's obvious that this area is in fact nothing but a storage chamber. You can see large barrels of salted meat, wine, and beer. There are also a number of sacks and a few large boxes piled near the door. Immediately you notice that several of the sacks have been chewed through, and many of the boxes and whatnot have rodent-like bite marks all over them. Other than that, it doesn't appear as if there's anything in here. Although you're welcome to search. You're welcome to search.
How are we on food stocks, by the way?
Better, well enough that we don't want to look at this.
Okay, fair enough. All right, and I will give this door a listen.
Okay. Is he here? Hang on a second. Did I hear?
It's Monkey.
It's a
Monkey is here.
What's up?
I had a pre-K dance I had to do.
Oh yeah, whatever.
Yeah, they did a pre-K prom. It was pretty cool.
Did it do good?
Yeah.
All right. Listening at the door, you actually hear nothing at all, Corbin.
Well, it must mean it's safe. Let's open the door.
As soon as you open the door, like other rooms you've seen thus far, this chamber is of basalt, well worked and polished. It, as the others, probably served as some other purpose other than a storeroom for humanoid supplies at one time. This place is also a mess. The contents of its barrels, sacks, and crates spilled, scattered, and fouled. In here, as soon as you open the door, you see what, for lack of a better term, several fireflies in here. And as soon as you open the door, this little bolt of lightning comes flashing out, slamming into you, and you get this, like a shock of lightning. Oh my God, snake eyes, I love it. As you suffer 4 hit points of lightning damage, as inside you can see these glowing firefly, immaterial kind of things. They sort of fade in and out of existence, and they are now moving toward you. What do we want to do?
I'm guessing that closing the door is going to be ineffective.
You can give it a try. You don't know.
I'm going to close the door, and I'm going to back away.
All right. Go ahead and do that. Let's see. What do I want to do?
Yeah, nothing to see here. Let's move on.
Yeah. Let me. I'm going to check. Nope. I am going to say that they are just wanting to be left alone. As you close the door, and they don't
like that scene from Batman where the guy.
Yeah, they don't. They
the
don't
grunt
seem,
looks in the room.
They don't seem to follow you.
It just leaves.
Yep. Where to
All right,
now?
If they're not going to follow, let's keep moving.
All right.
Shocking as that was.
I see what you did there.
As you continue
Monkey, are you in Forge already, or?
Yep, I'm getting there right now. It's loading.
All right, awesome.
All right. As you find your way and continue to... Oops, let me zoom this out. And I'll move Monkey until he's caught up. I don't know who did that, but I'm moving him.
That was me, sorry. I didn't know what direction it was going.
You're good.
That was me again.
Yep.
You also have a natural 20 as well.
Yeah, you have a nat 20. Learn Music. Cardman donated a nat 1 and a nat 20 to you.
Appreciate it, guys.
But you already used the nat 1. Fortunately, it saved your life.
Yeah, I used the nat 1 to
kind of piss me off.
Not get blasted by a very angry demon with a summoning axe.
So this passage and hall seems to be very much like the other side as you guys begin to move your way around.
All right, let's slow down for the rest of them to catch up here, Corbin.
Oh, yeah.
Kind of like bullets ahead here.
Sorry, I thought they were behind us.
No, that's the downside of a VTT. If people aren't paying attention to where everybody's going, they'll just sit there and watch you guys walk away. And the next thing you know, everybody's like, "Where are they? Where'd they go?"
Do they go down or do they? Oh.
I like it. As you guys get to the, hang on a sec. Let me, because you guys are in 2 different places. I got to. This is what I love. This is the best part. As you guys look, this place appears to be about 30 feet wide and 50 feet long. There are heaps of rubbish and bones thrown into it, and it's evidently been being used as a garbage room by the inhabitants above. You can see several giant rats scuttle away into tunnels in the walls as you move into this nasty smelling area. Inside, you can see that there's all kinds of what appear to be maybe bits of metal, armor, maybe weapons, etc. buried or sticking in and amongst the trash, as if they'd been discarded because they weren't being used.
Gross.
Well, if it's in that pile, it's probably not worth anything.
Listen, I don't want to look into the shit pile. Let's go.
Okay. Okay. As you guys move through, trying to catch up with your companions. Corbin, where you guys going? Monk?
I'm trying. Well, I was looking at my character sheet, and then I see where they're at. I looked at the street.
Yep. I like it. As you guys are waiting, you're not sure what happened to Tarikas and Corvin. Perhaps the demon has come back to haunt them, or the revenant has been revived.
Oh, there he is.
Suddenly, coming around the corner, the light of the priest of St. Cuthbert arrives. You okay, Corvin? Am I missing something, or are you just waiting there?
I'm just waiting.
Okay. All right.
I don't want to keep going ahead if they're going to be going the opposite direction.
Well, yeah, no, that's why they just caught up to you guys, so that's why they didn't know where you went, and so now everybody, I think, is caught up.
I had to run to the restroom, and I've come back, and I'm lost.
Yep. All right. Okay.
Is here.
As you guys continue to walk, passing down the hallway, sorry.
That couldn't mean anything at all if the game suddenly pauses.
Oh no.
As you are passing by right where you're at, Corvin, something comes out of the wall and slams into you, but fortunately it doesn't stick, and then whoosh, it disappears right back into the wall. As the rest of you continue down.
Where's Corbin? Wasn't he right with us?
I don't know.
Try to catch up with the rest of the group.
Oh, there he is.
Okay. As you go after...
That attack was on me, right?
Yes. Yeah, as you came, it's like you were right up there, just about to go around the corner, when something slammed into you. You spun away, slammed into the far wall, come around a corner and look behind you, looking over in this direction to see where it came from, but you don't see anything.
Hey guys, there's something back there. I didn't see what it was, but it hit me.
All right. I don't see anything immediately pressing this way. Let's go take a look. Also, I thought the route went that way. I didn't notice it left the other way.
You can see what looks to be some sort of a passageway, but it's like smoke. The hallway here is like smoky filled and opaque.
Is there any residue that will tell me what it was?
As you give me a investigation check. So as you look, where he says he got hit is kind of wet and damp, but there's like nothing there that tells you what it may have been.
It shouldn't be wet and damp. I draw my dagger. Nothing should be wet and damp down here. I draw my dagger. I don't attack with it.
Okay.
Holding my shield out in preparation to avoid getting hit, I'm going to take a step forward.
So as you look in this area to the north, you can see it's like it was the right here where there's actually looks to be some sort of a hallway opening, but it was so dark as you guys went past. It was like whatever was here like blended with the walls to the point where you just passed it by and it just looked like a regular wall. But now that it's smashed or something has reached out to touch, if you will, Corvin from there, you can see through this misty hallway up to the north a little bit further. You can see what look maybe a chamber of some kind, but it's kind of hard to tell.
This does not look like anything else. Like everything else looks nice and clear.
Yeah, everything looks.
She'll grab Corbin. No, back up. There's something here.
Yeah, I know there's something here.
Wait, don't I have a stick? I have a stick, right? I got a stick. Pretty sure I have a stick.
I hope
Apparently he has a stick.
I should have a stick. I do have a stick. I'm gonna grab out my 10-foot pole.
Okay.
Hey, there we go. Here, boy.
And I'm going to poke into the veil.
All right. As you poke into the veil, it's like you feel a little bit of resistance, and suddenly it gives way, sliding out of the hallway. You see this massive blob, sort of like this massive blob of jelly, come rolling out of the passageway. Everybody roll for initiative.
I thought you said about not touching things.
I didn't touch anything.
It reminds me of the Saturday.
This isn't a grave.
It reminds me of the Saturday morning cartoon song. Get a
Hey,
job,
did it roll?
Get a job, be a future blob. Do you remember that one? Oh, come on.
Tarikas, roll for initiative.
Yeah, I'm trying to find my initiative. There it is. My initiativity is right there.
All right.
I want to warn you, that was a natural.
Ragnar, you are up.
God damn it.
Are gelatinous cubes like well known enough that a soldier or something?
No, you guys definitely know what gelatinous cubes are. You've heard of them. You've dealt.
Okay.
And encountered
All right. Just
them
double
before.
checking. I wasn't sure just how vague this was at this particular timeline, because it's not like adventurers guilds are like in some of the shows and stuff. They're not that prominent.
Right.
Is there anything I could actually do to this thing?
You can hit it, I guess.
With a warhammer. Hit it with a warhammer.
I need to use a warhammer? Wouldn't I just eat the warhammer?
No, they don't. True. They don't. This is you're thinking about black oozes and stuff that have acid that will like eat your stuff. This is just something that will digest you.
Oh.
That's right. Yeah, it leaves all inorganic items untouched, and bones. It doesn't eat bones either.
We'll have to switch to my maul then, and swap this little thing. How do I put? Where's my maul? I'm fumbling in my inventory at the moment.
Yeah,
sorry.
It's all good.
Don't worry. It just wants to absorb you and dissolve you over time.
I don't agree with that, to be honest with you. It's equipped. Why isn't it showing up? I'll just roll it from here. Targeted.
All right. As the maul hits with an 18. for 11 hit points of damage. Is that it?
Second swing now.
Oh, forgot. You got 2 swings, yeah. And 8 hits.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I didn't want to give anything too tough for you guys at the end of the game. Is that it for you?
Yeah, that's it for me.
Alright. Corbin, you're up.
Alright, I will use a cunning action to break contact.
Okay.
And then I will shoot it with an arrow.
Okay.
Making sure I target it first.
My VTT crashed. I'm trying to get it loaded again.
No worries. You go last anyway, so. 29 hits. 29 hits.
Crit. Alright, so damage. And I get bonus 1d6. Crit.
Nice. 25 hit points of damage. I love it. Nicely done. Is that it for you?
And that's a textbook how you do it.
Alright.
Yep, that's
Nilo
it for me.
Hundar, you are up. Man, I got a -4 on my initiative, so I could have gone like second or third. Dang. Anyway, Nilo.
Damn it. Okay. I need to get the continual flame spell if I can. But I don't have any torches either, so I can't do that. I am first off going to say no one lights any fires. Step over here.
Yeah, it won't
Here.
load for some reason.
It's alright. We can do
I
everything.
will
Just
smack-
watch. Can you watch the stream?
Yeah.
If you watch the stream, just tell us what you want to do, and I can run your character for you.
I will magic missile it.
Nice. Nice. And then apply it all.
That's
12.
the full damage.
Yep.
Yep.
All right. Is that it for you?
Yes. Wait. No, that's not a cantrip. Yeah, that's it.
All right. So let's see. How do I want to play this? All right. So the first thing it's going to do is it is going to target Nilo as this sort of a blobby pustule comes blasting out of it like a clay unmolded fist as it swings out at Nilo. As it slams to Nilo, but she manages to miss it. And now it moves using its gosh darn it, that's not what I want. Hang on, we gotta do this.
It's engulf.
It is using its ooze cube, so it can see. It fills the entire space. Other creatures can enter that space, but engulf and actually, I think you were right. That's which one I was reading. Yes, it can move its speed without provoking attack of opportunity.
And just engulf something, yeah.
Yep, so it is going to go right here, and it flows over the top of Ragnar and Hyjal. I need Ragnar and, let me do this.
There's no provoking, right?
It does not provoke attack of opportunity.
Yep.
It is targeting those two. It is going to do the engulf. And I think I've already, right here. So it's just going to be those two. So I need Ragnar and Hygel to give me a DC 12 Dexterity saving throw. Hygel, I'll roll for you.
It's back up.
Oh, is you okay?
It's popped back up. I reloaded again and it finally did it.
All right, cool. So I just need
What is it?
a
Saving
DC,
throw? Which one?
DC 12 Dexterity saving throw, please.
Perfect.
Nice. Hygel got a 14. DC 12 Dexterity. That's for Ragnar and Hygel. I need you both to do it.
Gotcha. My computer keeps turning on sleep mode.
It's all good.
Sorry, it's loading the map again.
You're fine. All right, as Ragnar fails. Ragnar, you are engulfed. So, first of all, alright, so Ragnar takes 18 hit points of acid damage. Hygel takes 9 hit points of acid damage and manages to duck out of the actual creature. Ragnar, you are now, let me see. Let's see. Each creature whose space the cube enters for the first time during this move, on a failure, you take 3d6 acid damage, which we've already said. You took your damage. And you are now restrained.
Oh, that's not good.
Yeah, no. Hang on, let me... I don't know why it didn't... Sorry. I thought it would apply it, but it didn't. Oh, actually, let me think here. Alright, yep, so it did let me. Are restrained. Alright, so anyway, you take acid damage and the target's engulfed. An engulfed target is suffocating, cannot cast spells with a verbal component, and has the restrained condition, and takes 3d6 acid damage at the start of each of the cube's turn. When the cube moves, the engulfed target moves with it. An engulfed target can try to escape by taking an action to make a DC 12 strength check, or in this case, athletics. On a successful check, the target escapes and enters the nearest unoccupied space. So as of right now, you are engulfed in this creature, and you can't move. Since you're restrained, you cannot attack from inside either, and you are actually suffocating. And so I always forget what the rules are for suffocating. Oh, it's isn't it like 1 minute for each of your Constitution bonuses? So if you got a +3, you get 3 minutes or something like that. Anybody want to look that up?
Effectively, it's fine for this fight because like a minute's 10.
Yeah, but I want to make sure it might be 1 round, right? So it could be 3 rounds instead of 3 minutes.
Definitely more than I think that.
But anyway, if somebody has a book handy and wants to look up the suffocating and what the actual rule is, because I always get it twisted and mixed between editions. So, all right, so that's the creature's turn. Tarikas, you are up as you watch as this massive blob of jelly flows out of this hallway and swallows up Ragnar. It tries to swallow up Hygel, but Hygel manages to duck out of the way just in the nick of time.
All right. Let's see here. Okay, I'm going to, well, where is it? See, that protects. I suppose. Let's see what I have to do here. It says, oh, I have to touch.
Come on, man, we gotta go.
So I don't know if I can reach him if I touch Is any part of him outside of it?
No, he's completely engulfed inside.
Okay.
Glub, glub, glub.
This isn't as fun as it looks. Help me.
Yeah, well, I was gonna free action, but it says.
I got a pole. I'm still holding the pole.
Oh, you are? Okay. Well, what do y'all suggest? I'm not sure what.
Blast it with a Toll the Dead, or hit it with a firebolt, or something.
Okay, I'm gonna do.
Dead, it's not a problem.
I'm gonna do a Toll the Dead.
All right, target it and let's go.
And Toll there.
And you're missing all the cool
Damaged already?
effects. Huh?
Is it damaged already?
Yes. As it gets a 0 for its saving throw. It fails its saving throw.
Woo! That's what we'd like to see.
As 21 hit points of damage. As the whole thing shudders. Ragnar, you're in there. And as this thing shudders, the waves of energy blast in around you. And the next thing you know, you find yourself upside down inside this thing. You're like, whoop, 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 and the vibrations literally twist your body and have you upside down. So now the stuff is seeping into your nostrils.
And then we're back up.
All right. Hygel.
All right, I'm gonna blast this thing again with a firebolt.
Okay. Nicely done. Blasts it.
Oh, what, did I hit it?
Yeah.
Oh.
It's only got a 6 armor class, dude. Come on.
I don't know these things. That's crazy.
Yeah, they're great for low level. No, upper level, not so much. Why did you shoot again?
I did not mean to hit. I hit attack on accident.
Yeah, just do damage now for this one. You hit the damage button.
I was wondering that too. I'm like, why did only one dice go out?
Yeah. Nice. Poof! As the bolt goes blasting through this thing, barely missing Ragnar, but back to the top of the order. Ragnar can give me an athletics check to see if you can get yourself free of this thing.
If you hold that action, I can help you.
That should be fine.
As Ragnar, you manage to reach out, and your hand, you're upside down, and your hand quickly reaches out and grabs hold of the corner of this passageway, and you pull yourself free, and you are no longer restrained. That is your action, but since you get 2 attacks, I'm going to give you a single attack. Since you normally get 2 attacks, your first action was to pull yourself out. The second would be your I'll give you the second attack, because I'm generous that way. Nice. Says you hit it with a 17 as your axe goes cleaving through this thing. Look at you. 13 hit points of damage. And as you hit it, as you get out and all your frustration mounting, as you strike this thing, you manage to take whatever life that it had left and split through it as this thing sort of just collapses to the ground in a pool of jelly as it begins to flow around Corvin and Hygel and Ragnar's feet, forming a little puddle of ooze on the floor, stretching from here to down here. But the creature is dead, leaving you guys standing alone in the hallway once again.
Are you okay?
Oh, I haven't seen my nose in a while.
I think my skin is smoking.
Yeah, as you do feel the itch. But with this thing no longer in the hall, you realize that what was causing the view blockage was the creature itself. And you can see that there is a chamber of sorts littered with bones and other detritus.
Did it have any loot inside of its body?
You can kind of do a search if you would like.
I would like to do one, please.
As you go to put your hand and filter around, you feel the sting of acid as this stuff starts to slowly seep its way and eat away your boots where you're standing. It eats away a little bit of your glove while you're there, and you realize that anything that this thing may have had in it has long since been dissolved.
Let's leave that alone.
And with that, that is where we're going to end tonight's game, folks.
Right on.
Hopefully it was okay for you guys.
Yeah.
Monkey, I'm glad that you were able to make it. So hopefully the event went well at school tonight.
Yeah, I did. Do you remember I mentioned that to you?
Yeah, you did. I just didn't remember which day it was on, so it's not a big deal. Yeah, you're fine.
Fine.
You're fine. We were harassing you at the beginning of the stream. You could go watch it. We were harassing you. It's totally okay. No big deal. But what we're gonna do for those that are gonna hang around, I hope we're gonna find somebody to raid. We appreciate the raid that came into us. I want to raid over to Game Master Eric. I like those guys. I like the stream they got going on. They have a brand new 5e adventure. This is like their, I think, 4th episode or something like that. I'm not really for sure. Well, is this the one? I know they have 2. Maybe they have a couple going, but I know that they had a new campaign that's going. But we're going to bounce over to those guys to see what they got going on. Hopefully you are, you guys are in for some more D&D. So we're going to bounce over to them. But don't forget, we will be here Monday for our 1st edition game. And, of course, now that we're back on schedule, there is no game next Friday. No game next Friday. Mark your calendars every other week.
Easter, Good Friday.
Yeah. So no game next Friday. It works out perfectly because the Monday after that we won't have a game either because I will be staycating. So I won't be gaming. But anyway, we're gonna go over. Let me pick the raid. Let me find Eric. Oh great. Don't know what happened. Oh, there it is. Let's try this again. Okay. Now we have to find Game Master Eric. I know he's in there somewhere. Cave Geek. Is he no longer streaming? Because he's not showing up on my listy thing here. Yep, he's no longer streaming. Son of a gun. I'm glad that we didn't. All right, we'll go over to Solid 10. Solid 10 D&D. Those guys are good too. So let me get that queued up. Hopefully you guys will go over there with us. Give them guys some love. There's some really great streamers out there, some ones that we followed, and I appreciate everybody that hung out with us tonight. Whether you were here from the beginning or whether you came over with Lord Kazumba, we definitely appreciate it all. If you haven't already clicked that like or follow, please do so. We always like to see our numbers go up. And if you like what you saw, feel free to come back next stream. Hopefully. We aren't the greatest or the biggest or the best, but we have fun doing what we're doing. If you want to see how not to stream a D&D game, we are your template for success. So with that, like I said, we're going to bounce over to there. And if you guys join us Monday, hopefully we'll see you then. And just remember, in a world you can be anything you want. All we ask is that you be kind. We will see you guys next time. Peace. We're going over to Solid 10 D&D for those who just arrived that aren't part of the raid. Hopefully we'll see you next time. Peace out. Oh man, did we miss these guys too?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, followers only chat too.
Yeah.
Not a fan of that.
Yeah, me either.
It's unfortunately necessary because it's the same thing as streamer mode for game or for streamers. It's an unfortunately necessary thing.
Yeah.
You got those a-holes everywhere. Thanks for running, Sean.
No worries, man.
Yeah, I had a blast. Before the next
Oh, okay.
session.
They're on a break. That's why. They're on a break. So.
Make sure you look out for a ether bunny.
Yep.
It's that time of year again.
Yeah, I will. All right, man.
Have a good night.
All right, dude. We'll see you next time.
All right, you too.